There we go. I believe we should be live.
Let's do it
Jesus.
quick. Yes.
Yay, can everyone
Theoretically,
hear
we're
us?
live.
Theoretically. Let us know if you're listening how we sound on like the levels, because we really appreciate that, boys and brothers and sisters. We need to know if we're not ruining the technicality or technical stuff. I think we are live though, boys.
Yeah.
Can we do a shout out
I'm
to
waiting for my thing to.
I think DJ Beast says, I love when Thankful said it's Thankful time and Thankful all over them.
The place.
Thankful all over the setting. We appreciate that. Oh, I think we're live. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's working. Okay.
Oh,
Oh no, yeah, we're live because it just went live and it's echoing in my voice or my ear.
there we go.
Should we, Colin, do you want to give a quick introduction to what we're kind of starting with the tier? Oh, first of all, welcome everybody. Tier lists, another one. We are Lorecrimes. Just a little funny goof here. We're going to talk about some Warhammer tier lists, a few non-Warhammer ones, but this is pretty much going to be unadulterated, crappy, absolute sloppy opinions.
Garbage.
And absolute garbage take from Warhammer lore creators. A lot of us here. It's obviously me, Hal, Andy, Colin, and Eli. So we're just going to have a little chat through. Colin, what are we starting off? What glorious topic have we chosen to start this one off with?
It's something simple. I grabbed some highlight SKAVEN characters and we're just gonna rank them. You can probably get, you can see one of them. Pretty obviously gets his own tier.
Yes.
Nice and chunky. Nice and chunky.
That's we may have been a bit biased already beginning with it though.
It's not
Who doesn't love
biased because he
Thankful?
deserves it.
He does. He deserves one win in the history of his existence.
He gets a win. Kind of. Yeah.
Now, I will say before we
A tier
start,
list.
I don't really know many of the characters, so I'm just going to be
Well,
here going, Vanquil's cool.
Listen, DJ Beast, we're not doing an egg tier list, okay?
Could happen. It could happen. More likely than
don't
epic
know.
rap battles.
If
Also,
I'm not
DJ
like,
Beast-
Bullshit. Bullshit.
DJ B says
Rigged.
he deserves his own tier. We've got one right here. He's right here. Should we just put Vanquil in his own tier?
well, can we maybe
just-
Colin?
just
Could you
what you said.
explain
Do I need
why
to
Thankful
explain?
deserve? Yes, it needs to be justified.
Well,
100%.
he keeps showing up in Godric and Felix, and he's a silly little clown. Every time you read about him, it's just wonderful. Some of his quotes include the such bangers as mentioning the SKAVEN pastime of shooting the messenger. When something went wrong, what's the phrase where it's like there's more than one way to like do something?
Skinner. Yeah.
Yeah, well, his was skin an infant. There's more than one way to skin an infant, which is man, that
Oh my god.
what a banger of a line, if I say so myself.
Jesus Christ.
He's funny. I think I've heard people say Godric and Felix is like Caiaphas Cain for fantasy. No, Thankful is Caiaphas Cain for fantasy because
Yeah,
he keeps
buddy.
accidenting his way into becoming more and more powerful. He's actually
By the
quite
way-
the strong wizard, especially on tabletop. He will wreck your day if you let him.
Mm.
Do we have
But
a repeat, by the way?
where
There's two of this chap. See this guy on the second.
I
left,
think we
and
do
this guy
have a
second
repeat of Throt.
right. Okay. Can't do
That
that.
Throt, the
I'll just
clean
put that
one.
on.
Yeah, that made a bit of a goof.
So which one's Thankful?
The first one.
First one.
Do you know what it reminds me of?
Bone ripper.
He's just fun.
Has anyone seen the model of someone doing the great clean one and they just like fixed
I
up
have.
the,
Yeah.
Just
the
looks like a
great
fat
clean one?
naked dude.
Yeah.
No, what it weirdly reminds me of those bald cats that are just like,
Ugh.
Hairless
but a
cat.
really fat one.
Oh my gosh.
Thankful is in his own tier, by the way, because he is the personification. Is he? Was he in Age of Sigmar now? He's like a
That's his Age of Sigmar
I
model.
think they call
like
him
the prophet
Great
of
Lord.
the. Is that the prophet of the Great Horn Route or something? He's like
I think-
chosen.
I think he's just like the Grey Lord, and like they just know him as this like ancient, beyond all reckoning figure.
Hmm.
But that doesn't stop him from just colossally messing up. Still, like in AOS, the SKAVEN once again did the funny and ruined Nagash's plans. Thankful, meanwhile, for his part in that operation, accidentally flooded all of SKAVEN Blight. And because it was a sea in the realm of death that he tunneled into by mistake, the water was full of zombies that then
Mhm.
attacked Skaven Blight.
Of as you do. to be
Surely it was
fair.
not his fault. It was his underling's fault.
No,
as
it was
always.
incompetent underling sabotage and
It is never Thankful's fault.
no.
Yeah.
Thankful has never done
That's all
anything
fake
wrong.
news.
He's-
Oh, what's
Go
up?
ahead. No, go ahead.
Other banging highlights include accidentally summoning Scarbrand and then just kind of walking away from the entire affair.
He just went.
And
He's not. What's his mount called? Is it
Bone
Bone
Ripper.
Ripper.
Bone Ripper. How many Bone Rippers has there been?
I don't think it was ever
Canonically.
confirmed, but I assume that every time he's deployed in tabletop and dies, it's just the Bone Ripper that dies and he just runs away. So I'd like to
Just
think
scurries
around
off.
Bone Ripper like 10 million or something by this point.
Hmm.
He has had Gotrek and Felix dead to rights so many times.
He's had them dead to rights
He's never-
one time, and then he fucked it up.
No.
Yeah.
Every time he's so close.
And then
so
treacherous
far.
underlings. And then the one time he had him, they didn't know his name. And he had a bit of an
Oh,
existential
God.
crisis over it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
great.
read. Is it Elfsbane or
Elf Slayer, yeah.
Elfslayer? That's one. And
That was just a good book.
when I remember that they had like he has them locked up in the submarine, and he's like, "You, Godric and Felix, have been thwarting my plan for my plans for 2 decades, and you've battled me at every turn." And they go, "Who are you?" And and he has like an actual like full on breakdown where he's like
Oh,
almost
okay.
faint, and he goes, "Oh my god, it's been an accident the entire time. They've not even tried to get him." What is the next one though, Colin?
The next
Was that,
the next Skaven, that's Throt the
Throt.
Unclean.
Right.
Seems okay.
Is
He's,
he clan? Which clan is he again? He's
Clan Mulder.
Clan-
He's in Warhammer.
Monster Mash.
He's the Clan Mulder. They're the monster guys. He's very hungry because he ripped out his eye and put warpstone in the socket.
Hmm.
And that I don't know the word for like like the fancy word for massively increased, but it did that to his hunger. Skaven are already pretty hungry. So pretty much whenever he's not eating, he's mad with hunger. He's also like Fabius Bile levels of mad scientist.
Oh god,
He made
as a
the Hell Pit,
Skaven.
he made the Hell Pit Abomination, which is just a fun creature to look at. It looks like it's just living causes it pain. And the Skaven like to throw it at things that bother them, like blobs of infantry. Is
Is he in the DLC versus the Twilight DLC?
Yeah,
Twin and Twilight.
that's him.
So he fights wood elves. I don't know if that makes it better for Andy because it's like Elfslander. He basically,
Oh, you can go.
yeah,
Up a
you can go up a space just for.
He murders a lot of elves.
He gets
and if
A
you
tier
play
for the
as-
Hell Pit Abomination for sure.
Yeah, I'd say
made
that.
He also he made the next Skaven character on the list. So
Oh
that's
my
cool.
God.
Chunky boy.
What's the next
that's,
Skaven?
that's Gorich.
The what?
His lore. He was a Norscan berserker, or like a
Oh.
chaos lord. Except he screwed up real big time, and Archaon gave him the Clan Mulder to just have fun with. Is basically what he said. He's like, just go nuts. And so Throt took his brain, put it in the body of a rat ogre, and then gave it all sorts of augmentations to the point that he looks like he wandered out of 40K and got lost.
Hmm.
I mean,
And
Looks pretty. It goes hard. The model I
It's
can
pretty
see
cool.
at
it
least
does go
there.
pretty
Yeah.
hard.
Hmm.
And now he keeps overshadowing Throt to an extent because he's just really good at murder. Like he's a blender. And Throt tries
Maybe
to
that's
get
just
killed,
above him in
kinda.
A tier then at least. 'Cause it sounds really like
Ooh.
cool. I will say that.
He's
You gonna put his
he's-
creation above him?
He's still got all
He-
his like intelligence, but
Controversial.
he's stuck in a rat ogre, and the Norskins won't take him back. So he just kind of
Hmm.
accepts, I need to live among the rats now. He's not happy with it.
Actually, thinking back on it though, Throt probably coming up with the goofy idea of like, let's just sew more heads onto it as like the Velvet Abomination. Maybe that's slightly cooler. It's like,
The Night Lord's theory is just
You know
like,
what-
oh, just stitch this on.
you know what
here
it
and
needs?
then, oh,
It
it's
needs an
fun.
odd number of arms and an odd number of heads, or like an even number of heads.
glowing green mouth.
Uh,
Though he has got Bane kind of. He reminds me of Bane from Batman with all those tubes sticking in him. You know.
I was born in the dark.
I was born in the darkness. I'm a
God.
Skaven now.
Tom Hardy's a very different role coming up clearly in the the Warhammer productions. The
yeah,
next
happy-
one, I believe, is this a Vermin Lord?
It is. Oh, happy late Thanksgiving, by the way, all of our American audience
Happy
members.
America Bros.
Someone
Let's go
said
Burger
I'll eat
King.
some nuts to that.
someone to bully me into making a understanding thankful. You know what? It's not as far off as you think, just because I am watching like to see obviously when the old world releases in February, right?
I believe that's
I
what the date is.
I think we're all kind of just watching it to see how well it launches like back into sort of relevancy. Because thank you for Total War for actually, I guess, making that happen. But not, I mean, CA as of time recording, CA are having a tough time.
They're doing
Reasons.
something.
Something's goofy's
Yeah.
going on. It never happens. So hopefully we'll have to see how well it comes back into sort of relevancy. Now the Vermin Lord, is this the Vermin Lord? I think. Is this all Vermin Lords, or are we going to
Yeah,
say
it's a
this is the
special
one?
character.
It's the only named one. Well, the only named one that's like unique and has a model. Screech
Okay.
Vermin King.
I don't know
he's,
anything about him.
I
Does he
think
fight
Andy
Volton?
slotted him. He does fight Volton, who is
Ooh.
Sigmar reincarnated.
So
and,
technically, this is Sigmar slander.
Is he end times lore?
He is end time. You can even see
Yeah.
kind of in
B.
the top right of that image. It just says Warhammer.
I
the
knew he
End
was an end
Times.
times model. That's gonna bring him down a couple points.
He is. I mean, I believe he ends up getting Volton killed.
Does he cut his head off?
Yeah,
I think
I think he kill steals it from Archaon,
I mean,
which is very fitting.
I mean,
put
end
him in
times a
B.
few pegs. Yeah, I think.
Because-
Well, the model is cool though. The model
It is.
it
It was
is
one of, like,
cool.
The
first
model
ones that
is
was coming out.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But aside from that, he sure is a Skaven. Like that's
B tier is
all
a
he's got.
respectful place for him.
Yeah,
Put him in
because
B.
he plays not as much like cunning / backstabbing. It's more like just big beast.
you know,
the
scary on the
yeah.
tabletop.
The next one though, immediate S tier, because I know who this this boy is.
Skrulk
This guy here. Do you want to explain who Skrulk is for our
Seems to have
blessed
a skin
viewers?
condition.
He's
In a way.
gross. He's disgusting. Looking at him is unpleasant. Speeing around him can cause you to melt into a puddle of soup. He sucks. I don't like him.
He doesn't suck. He's actually quite like, especially in Total War, he's like good though.
I'm all right.
I like the C tier.
I'm gonna be honest. A lot of why I don't like him is because his name sounds like it, like
Scrotum.
like it
Tum.
sounds like you're talking about your scroll, like your balls, like that. Like, dude, he hit me in the scroll.
Oh, thank you, Bok in the chat, people. Thank you for Bok. We almost forgot about
Bok.
that.
I've never been a
He's-
pestilence guy either. I don't like
Plague
them.
monks
They're kind of
are
icky.
pretty bad on the tabletop. Total War seems to think they're good with their stats, and then I deploy them, and they just kind of melt the moment I stop looking at them.
Skrulk probably collects Warhammer. Someone says.
I think the best I can give him is maybe move him up to the bottom of B tier, and that's only because he managed to kill Krotgar's dinosaur mount.
Oh no,
that's
C tier then.
sad,
Put him
but
back
that's
in C
sad.
tier. Never mind.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that gives him a little bit of oomph behind him. He killed Grimlock. He killed one of the Dino bots.
I think Neon LF Graves asks. He says, "Colin, have you finished the Realm Slayer audio drama? And what did you think about the final fight?"
I haven't yet, but I know who's facing off against who in it. Obviously, Gotrix, and then spoiler, it's Thankful again. I haven't finished it yet, so I need to get on that. I picked up the Warlord of Eight Peaks omnibus, which is
Ooh, that sounds
Skarsnik, Belagar, and Queek Breadmaker.
Bread.
Is not his real thing.
Who's
But to be
this
fair,
guy?
we are talking about we are talking about Gotrek and Felix soon though. So be ready, people, for catching that one.
Indeed.
The next one, I don't know if I recognize that one. To be fair,
See, so I wanted to get a couple Skaven characters that weren't just, the legendary lords from Total War and Thanquil.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I had to do some digging. I also had to really get creative because some of these guys didn't have images, and I think one of them used the same picture of the same storm vermin between two of them. So that guy is Nodwell. He's Queek's
Oh, he's like the loyal one.
trainer, I guess, is master. Let's go with master.
Okay.
He's one of the only Skaven to appreciate another Skaven, that being Queek, and he trained him to be a little murder machine. When I searched up images of him, that was the best I could get.
Is this the guy who Queek thinks is weird because he's like loyal, which is like a trait Skaven don't have?
No, that's that black and white picture of a storm vermin next to the tank.
Oh, okay, well, we'll save it for that then.
Nodwell, I mean, he's relatively kind by Skaven standards in that he didn't just kind of throw Queek at something that would kill him.
Or eat him.
Or eat him. That's already huge by Skaven society standards. I don't know. I give him B tier. I don't know too much about him. He gave us Queek head taker, so he can't be in C tier.
Doesn't he die in Queek's lore?
I think someone said, but what about Scabbers? Scabbers from Harry Potter.
Is coming.
Not Scabbers from Harry Potter. Scabbers.
I don't know who Scabbers from Harry Potter is.
Do I? What the
Isn't
heck?
he? He's the rat. He's like the
I'm
Ron's
not
rat.
live. I've not watched Harry
Ron
Potter.
Weasley's rat, who's actually like a 48-year-old man.
Sure.
And I'm not even joking.
I've only watched the first one. I did read all the books when I was a kid, but I've only seen the first
Oh,
one.
Scabbers. Sorry, not Scabbers. Yeah,
That
Scabbers
sounds right.
is the rat, and it's Prisoner of Azkaban. Do you know, like, he turns into a dude?
Mm-hmm.
No, he was a dude the entire time. He didn't turn into a dude. It's
I
like
thought that was what's his face? Sirius?
Peter Pettigrew.
No, Sirius Black is the werewolf guy, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
He's the wolf, and then Professor Lupin's the werewolf.
Alright, this is enough. Not
Enough Harry
lore,
Potter.
Enough Harry Potter lore.
I'm not into Harry Potter anymore.
No,
I'm no longer
neither
14.
am
I was just staring off into the distance while you guys were talking for the last few minutes.
It's just
Oh.
Tretch.
That is Tretch. Name
is
is
funny.
Tretch Craventail. Tretch isn't treacherous. Craven isn't coward. Big fan of this guy.
He's real lucky, right?
A
That's
tier,
just-
top of A
His
tier.
lore is that he keeps like kind of lucking his way to success. Like every time he would go on a mission, every Skaven but him would get killed. Partly because, maybe he sped that along a little bit. He might have had something to do with it, but sometimes he'd just get lucky. Unfortunately, in Total War, he's kind of ass.
Yeah.
In fact, he's mega ass.
Yeah.
The new sequel to Megamind. Mega Ass.
He gets bonuses when you break a treaty, which is good for the 2 seconds you do it, and then no one wants to ever make a treaty with you again. In combat, he gets bonuses when he's losing, which puts him in this really fun cycle of getting his ass kicked, getting bonuses to handle that, and then he starts winning, so the bonuses go away.
Jeez.
That's truly A tier. Like, that's proper Skaven.
He's very fitting to being a Skaven with that. He also starts with the Doom Wheel in his army, so that's something.
That's
at least.
epic.
He may suck, but he gets that, which early game will stop anything.
Well, we got
I
$5 from Stephen Cooper. With this
Thank
Harry
you,
Potter
Stephen.
talk, I hear the Inquisition coming. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Stephen.
I'll report my local Harry Potter enthusiasts.
I just
to-
want to unleash one psyker into the Harry Potter universe and see what happens. How many deaths?
It's Harry Potter, but Nurgle exists or
Did
something.
Tretch get reworked, says this guy. Did Tretch get reworked, Colin? Do you know?
I think he got reworked into.
Less
they gave him some
terrible?
more buffs. He's slightly less terrible, but there's still like Throt and Naked Claw and
Yeah.
anyone else to pick from.
Yeah.
I think the best I can say for him is that with his starting position, he fights Dark Elves, which is compared to everyone else. Like Queek gets to start next to Scarbrand.
Oh God.
Naked Claw is in the middle of Skaven Blight, which is good for a starting position, and then you try and expand, and the Wood Elves politely tell you where you can stuff it.
I didn't. I just had a. I only tangentially know what you're talking about, but I just like the idea of the meme of him starting off and then with Scarbrand, it's like me, the guy the Wood Elves tell you not to worry about to just start. Scarbrand stood next to you.
Speaking of
imposingly.
Queek bread maker,
Queek
S
is
tier
next.
easily.
Easy
S
S tier.
easy.
Thankwall tier for me, honestly. I love
Samurai
Queek.
Rat Man, as I know him.
He's the best rat.
He has weapons he calls Dwarf Gouger. You can guess what he does with them.
Yuck.
He
He's one
tells
of those.
dwarves how to take advantage of the stock market and then just price gouge.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
definitely what he does.
He was big star of The Big Short. If anyone's seen that film, probably not Colin, but
Jeez, I haven't seen
not.
that one either.
I
It's a
know
good
of
film.
that film, but I've not watched it.
it's a good film.
He
Isn't he mad? He
He
actually
is.
like talks to
He's
the
courageous.
skulls. on
He's
top of
yeah,
his-
brave.
the
He's an
skulls he
honorable
kills.
warrior.
He they give him advice and talk to him. Some of them actually kind of put him down, and he uses that as like reverse motivation or something.
Mhm.
Be like, no, I am good enough. That kind of thing. I don't know, like a no man for him.
Mhm.
He's like top tier, powerful character in fantasy though.
He is.
Symbol.
He kills Belagar Ironhammer, a dwarf character. He's
sad.
he took over Carrick Eight Peaks, Warhammer Fantasy Stalingrad. Immediately died to to Thorgrim, but yeah, I think he deserved it.
Freedom.
Doesn't I think isn't that something weird about his tactics? Isn't it? He's
Yeah, he actually will fight at the front and will not. Clan Moors are the quote unquote brave Skaven, where they'll still run away, but it takes them like 2 minutes to run instead of immediately.
and they might come back at some point eventually.
Yeah. He was raised by that Nodwell dude to actually fight and be loyal and stuff. So pretty cool guy
Guys,
by
please.
Skaven standards.
No, people are putting the eggs. It's not egg time.
No eggs. No eggs today.
I have one single egg in the fridge right
No,
now.
don't tell them.
No, no,
Why would you do
No,
that?
don't tempt him. Don't tempt him.
You don't need to offer it.
I
But
have
you
to
can't
redeem
say
myself because I threw up last time.
you can't say you have an egg and then like we when you're not doing that for no reason. You can't just go like I have an egg and then I have to go eat it right now.
I have several eggs, but I'm not going to do
Egg
it with them
Have to
today.
contribute to the egg fund. Eggs for the egg fund.
To that, I'll just say nuts. Yum.
Nuts. Can you fill your entire mouth with nuts? We're not doing food challenges. Andy has a batch of eggs too.
I have 9 eggs. I know exactly how many eggs I have. In my
Oh
house.
my god.
Yeah,
What's the
animals? You people are animals.
what is the next one, Colin? Is that a tank?
The next one is a character named Clawmancast. There's nothing special about him. He's not noteworthy as a character in any way, but he has a steam tank he stole and he rides around in. So
Is he in
A
Godric
tier.
and Felix?
I don't think he
Thankful.
is.
They're just a random rat.
Just for the
He's
tank,
From,
to be
he's from a
honest.
scenario. He's got a tank that he put treads on instead of wheels, and there's a doom wheel thing behind it.
I like the tank. I'm pro tank.
Peanut?
I wanted to bring him up just because I think it's funny as Skaven Pilfer
That is a
tank.
peanut. People
Eggs
want
really egg
eggs. Oh
thrown.
my gosh.
That's all he did.
Oh, Colin, you got a shout out here.
Thank
It
you.
says, thanks to Colin, I got super into vampire accounts, and now I refuse to buy Grave Lords because F Manfred, bring me back Vlad.
Yeah,
Bring me
baby.
back, laddie
Thank you,
daddy.
Sam.
Man, bring back Vlad.
Bring back Vlad.
Thank you
Oh,
very much.
Vladdy Daddy. The next
love you,
one,
Vlad.
I think I might have maybe mentioned this guy a little bit, but who is this guy, Colin?
That's Ska Bloodtail, Queek's little helper guy. He is the Skaven who something broke in his brain at birth because he's just loyal. He actually will fight Queek, even though he does feel fear. There's a little passage where he stares down an orc, like war boss, and the whole time he's like, "I don't want to fight it. I don't want to fight it. I don't want to fight it." But it's like I have to. 'cause
Bad idea.
I'm Queek's top guy. Queek needs me.
I'm that guy, dude.
I'm
I am
Queek's
him.
top guy.
It's literally me.
Hyde, the Sam Hyde bit.
So where's Ryan Gosling going then? Should we put him
he's literally Ryan Gosling.
Sounds like a
next to
Escape.
next to Queek, surely, because
Yeah.
he's just
I like
he's
Monster
brave.
too.
Just behind Queek. He also does not die in the end time. I mean, when the world blows up, he probably
Oh.
does, but maybe he teleported out with Skaven Blight.
Oh, S tier, like
Yeah, I
lower
like him.
part of S
He
tier.
sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what is the next one? That
Deathmaster
is
Snitch. I hate him. He sucks.
Oh.
Bad lore. Belongs in C tier. Should have
Wow.
more lower tiers. He sucks. I hate him.
Sad.
He killed
What's-
Thorgrim
wait.
with complete bullshit. His campaign
Oh, he
sucks
kills
in Total
Thorgrim.
Warhammer.
hey, but his model is cool, and he can use a dagger with his tail.
There we go.
It
Uh,
is
made it
cool.
lower
I
tier.
think he's,
but I hate him.
I think he's cool.
He may be
But
an
you-
anime
but-
nerd, but he sucks, and I hate him for what he did to Thorgrim.
Oh, that's That is F tier lore.
That was probably the ultimate end times. We need everyone to lose, so we're just going to shut off everyone's brains and abilities. For
Fair
those
enough.
who don't know, Thorgrim was at this point the incarnate of the Wind of Metal. So he's like one of the most powerful magic users on the planet. Has special rune armor specifically designed to prevent backstabbings, and is a dwarf. So quite smart, quite studious, considers every angle. And the way they kill him was after a battle. He's retreating through this secret tunnel, forgets to close the door behind him, and he gets stabbed in the back by Deathmaster
Damn.
Snitch. So therefore,
Wonderful.
he sucks. I hate him. I'm biased. I don't care.
Thank you,
Garbage.
Jackdaw's triple poop knife. Indeed.
Please. As an OG Lorecrimes meme.
That just makes Snitch
Back in
stronger.
the
Move him up.
I-
No.
I-
Of season 1.
I dare bring it to your attention, Colin, that someone said "screw dwarfs" in the chat,
Dang. You
and I
can't
don't
hate
know
Warhammer
how
dwarves,
you can,
Whack.
bro.
I love
Warhammer
the
dwarves are
Warhammer
the best
fantasy
dwarves.
dwarves. Not as much
His
as elves,
hairline,
but they're my
whack.
favorite dwarf archetype. They're great.
Dwarves are just good in any faction.
Yeah,
Any
you can't go wrong
setting.
with
this is
dwarves.
They're pretty.
Yeah.
They're pretty like
Deep Rock
reliable.
Galactic, Lord of the Rings, Warhammer, anything you can think of, Dragon Age. They're always great. They're
Apart
always great.
from Leagues of Votan, I'm gonna die on that hill.
Yeah,
They're
true,
so-
true.
Oh,
I don't like them either, Hal. You're right.
Big wrong.
they
Big wrong.
it gets me like properly fired up, like because it's so because of all the things. I don't think anyone went, oh, new army for like 9th edition. You know, like what do you want? Like,
Yeah.
oh, Emperor's Children, maybe Dark
Please, I'm
Mechanicus,
begging
something like
you.
so cool. Maybe even
I-
minor Xenos faction. I went, no, can we have slightly sci-fied up dwarves? And
I think you're out of your mind that you think no one wanted the squats back.
as much as all the other things,
But they're not even the real squats. They're not even real.
Yeah.
someone
We got a
says,
donation
Thank you,
Oh,
thank
no.
you, Golden
from
Arm.
Golden Arm. He said, "How much would be required for the rest of the stream to be in superior Skaven speak talk?"
A lot.
a lot.
We'll say £7,777.
Holy
By the
crap.
way, someone says, just because of his name, Mick Swanson, who also sounds like Ron Swanson to me from Parks and Rec. I've seen it. He says AOS dwarves are kind of lame. I mean, that's actually,
Fair.
I wouldn't say so. Just from reading like the Gotrek and
It depends on which ones, because the Fire
Oh,
Slayer's
gotcha.
lore is cool, but their models are
All the same.
vastly
Ass.
disappointing. I'm not going to say they're ass. I am going to say they're ass. I take it back.
I like the guy with the big axe on the dinosaur.
That's all of them.
If they,
Yeah, you're right.
it
You
doesn't,
got a point.
even if like maybe half of them weren't just mirrored models, where they made one half of a model and then
Yeah.
reversed it for the other half of the model.
I
Listen,
like the way you were like
pound,
making him sound like Ron Swanson, like AOS dwarves are kind of lame. Anything before Age of Sigmar is great. Anything after is irrelevant.
That's right.
The
That's
photo
right. That's
shakes
me.
his head
dumps
Me.
computer into trash.
into the trash. Yeah.
So people wanted, bro. Listen, people wanted squats back, yeah, but like, why couldn't it have been? Say we also have Agents of the Imperium, like the Inquisition stuff.
Or
It could have
a
been.
Noise Marine kit, please.
I mean,
Please? Can I have
no.
plastic
Yeah, but-
Noise Marines?
And as someone said
please?
earlier, without without Deep Rock Galactic, squats
true.
would be.
If
Eli,
Deep
King.
Rock Galactic
Yeah,
didn't,
but the
if
thing
Deep
is,
Rock
we-
didn't exist, you wouldn't like them.
I
Yeah,
have a
but we
question,
don't-
Eli. How much would you pay for a Noise Marine? You know, with like the Lion had loads of different head models. What would you pay to have a Noise Marine kit where there's like one with a bass, one with a drum kit, one with a microphone, and one with a guitar? Like you could mix and match what you wanted. How much would you pay for that?
Is that for you, Eli? He said asking you.
Yeah.
So I was reading Epic Cool Awesome Goblin Guy reels
Listening.
comments about how he's worries he doesn't miss the epic rap battles. My friend, it would be quite physically impossible to ever miss the epic rap battles tier list.
Yeah.
So deduce what you can from that. Sorry, can you? How much would I pay for a Lion, Al Johnson? Wait,
Now, how much would you
repeat
pay
the
for
question,
like a
sorry.
Noise Marine, which had like a bass version, a guitar version, one with a drum kit, and one with a microphone and some amps? Like how much would you pay for like that set of just I could do what I want with Noise Marines?
I
It's
pay
the
for a
ultimate
Slanesh
Noise Marine.
fish
I
face
pay
thing.
enough, but I don't know. I just want regular. I just want
Or one with a
regular
guitar, like
Noise
DJB
Marines.
said. That'd be
Like
awesome.
the classic
Or a
Noise
kazoo.
Marines are awesome. They're kind of goofy, but that's fine. I
think it would be- very funny if GW continues to never give the Emperor's Children a codex.
They can continue to release one anniversary Noise Marine every 20 years, and so that
Yeah,
that's my whole
eventually we'll
unit.
have a full squad.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh,
They need
dude.
to have like a new Necromunda-esque game where it's just a band comprised of Noise Marines, and all the other models are like roadies and like lighting tech guys, and then it's all about making
I
a really
want
good
I want the
venue
cool grim
of a
dark
good
Noise
show.
Marines because they fit so perfectly into 40k. People, I don't know, but whatever.
I think I had
We have a
another.
donation
Yeah, go for it, Eli.
from Elliot Hops. Hey, Lorecrimes, is my birthday today. Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
So, I was going to start Ideneth Army, but then saw the new Flesh Eaters reveals, and now I'm buying Schizo Vamps. I was just thinking about that today,
Big man.
about how
Good
cool
man.
the Flesh Eater courts are after learning like 1 second of their lore. And Schizo insane night vampire guys are so cool. If I ever played Age of Sigmar, I would play them, but my Heathen Knights have been
think,
gathering dust for a long time.
Whoever designed the new Ushiren model, one, very good model. Oh my god.
Oh, he's
Two,
hunched
so
and
cool.
that man was
monstrous.
So cool.
either really loved or really hated the Godric the Grafted fight in Elden Ring.
Oh my
We
yes.
have a good chat. How about at the end of each tier stream, you add one epic rap battle song into the tier list? That way we can make some progress.
God, you know, people were so ravenous.
I'm on your side, Chad. I'm on your side.
What is the next one then, Colin? I think I know who this
Icket
is.
Claw.
now.
Technically.
He's a thankwall.
S
too.
tier, S tier, S tier.
Icket
No,
Claw.
top of S. Oh, there can only be one
Even I know
thankful
who
and
he is.
Yeah,
thankful
you're
tier.
right. I suppose.
Um,
made
For
Luke-
the
Luke's in
uninitiated
fantasy.
though, Colin, who is Icket Claw?
He's a clan scryer, warlock engineer. Very smart, very good wizard. He built doom wheels. He built a nuke, and then he built a cannon that blew up the moon.
And he's insane,
Uh-huh.
right? He's just
Yeah,
straight up
I
insane.
mean, he's a Skaven scientist, so yes,
It's
he's
self-explanatory.
vastly insane. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to rank the insanity of Skaven. They're all pretty goddamn insane in their own unique way.
I guess from like just regular grunt to thankful. Where does he?
Yeah.
He's closer towards thankful though. But his also to be fair, as much as like Total War, starting in Skaven Blight, very thematic and dropping them
Quite.
nukes. Boy, I think I've watched. There's also that video of the guy who like just he prepped so it's, you know you can
Oh,
blow up.
yeah.
He'd blow up in a city. He did it for the entire map.
He nuked every province on the map.
That's insane. Who is our
Last
next boy?
That is the last one. I mean, unless you want to give Throt another slot.
Should we call him Throt the
He is
clean
pretty
one?
fat. He is pretty big.
He's slightly bigger Throt. That
Little
is
fraught.
the second greatest Skaven character ever. He has no
Whoa.
mini. He has a paragraph of lore. His name
Yeah.
is Scabicus. He
Oh,
was a Skaven slave who led a revolt of Skaven slaves
Oh my
to
god!
actually
awesome.
make their he was actually just somehow a good rat. He wanted
Wow.
to give them better living conditions, free them from the
Scabious'
Grey
list.
Seers.
Skaven unions.
Yeah,
Directed
and,
by what's his name?
The
No.
Grey Seers kept trying to stop him, and somehow they couldn't beat him in battle. So they told his Skaven slave army that if they pointed out their leader, they would pardon them all for the rebellion. And instead of the Spartacus thing where they all go, "I am Spartacus,"
I'm
every
Scabious.
single one of them in Union pointed him out
Oh,
and then tore him apart and ate him.
Oh,
And then the
that's
Grey
so
Seers
sad.
killed and ate all the other Skaven slaves.
Yeah,
In
what
fact,
a
the lore
surprise.
passage ends with the saying, production was down, but everyone was well fed for the next few
Ah.
weeks. And for
Oh,
that, I
man.
give him S tier. Very funny piece of lore.
Nice.
Big fan.
you know when you say like, oh man, GW really did like copy someone's homework and then like
Mm.
in history stuff. That one is really damn on the nose. That's a bit.
It's really
It's
funny,
funny,
though.
though.
Like
It
just in
That's
unison,
awesome.
10,000 of them are like, it's that guy.
Can we get an F in chat for Scabicus
Yeah,
there, like
please.
because he died. He died as he lived.
Died a hero.
Betraying,
It's got to be FF.
betrayal. I do believe that was our opening list, boys. Though we've got a little bit. We will do another Warhammer one in a bit. We've got a
Epic,
Another
cool,
one.
awesome goblin. You're describing what's going to happen if the tier list isn't.
next. I think we have
Ooh,
is
baby.
Lord of the Rings characters.
This is gonna be hard
Yep.
not to just do all
This
this
is-
tier. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is a bit because this is
I
unfortunately
mean,
well
to
written.
give you an
we
idea of
got a
how many, there's a
Donation
few.
from incoming backup 15 squiggly lines. Thank you, sir.
Ooh.
As someone pointed out, Ikit in AOS became a Storm Rat Eternal, except
Oh, yeah.
he is his own Sigmar. That's epic.
He
Thank you
he
for the
kidnapped a
donation.
bunch of Stormcasts and he's trying to recreate them as Skaven.
Mhm.
Oh god,
That's
forgot about
awesome.
that.
Sads,
I-
thank you
Oh,
for the
man.
chat.
I think he
there.
even said like he doesn't remember his name, but he thinks it went like Ikrit or something, which is like, man, I wonder who that is.
Is that Tom Bombadil in the bottom? Who is that?
That must be, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome.
That's
He's
Should
in
we,
his
it
own
the
tier.
right way.
Tom is
Yeah.
above S tier.
Isn't he God?
Tom is
Isn't-
master.
I
And
think
he's,
isn't
he's
he-
might be the song of Iluvatar.
yeah.
So not God,
isn't
but
he?
like a piece
He's
of
Eru
God,
Iluvatar,
kind of.
right? He's the
He
actual
shows
god.
up, he kills
No,
a
he's-
white,
he's
he gives
Like
Frodo
the
a nice
song of Iluvatar, not Iluvatar himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or was he meant to be like a representation of what was it?
No one really knows what he is. It's all just theories, I think.
I think it's like Tolkien, like people who are into it and like debate it and analyze it.
He's
Hate
meant to be a
him because
representation of
he just
him,
kind
yeah.
of ends up in the story
Yeah.
and brings it to a grinding halt.
Tolkien
I-
probably thought this guy sounds fun.
I had an
And then-
idea for a sketch of like a sketch where you just green screen yourself dressed as Tom Bombadil, and it's just like all the important scenes. He's like, "Hello there, everyone. I've got me smoking," but it's like,
I'm-
"Fuck off."
Can I just
Tom,
say
get
thank
out of
you?
the way."
DJ Beast has pointed out, yo, the ring got a character thing. Which
Yeah, I
think is
saw
so-
that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
The
Oh,
ring is
just
a
put
kind
that
of a
in detail.
character. Yeah.
It's just
It's
like
not
It has a
Sauron's
mind of its
will.
own. It has a mind of
It's
its
just
own.
Sauron. Its mind is that it wants you to go to Sauron. That's it.
Yeah,
It's an
well, you know.
echo. It's literally an echo of
Right.
like someone playing telephone.
I'm,
It's like no,
Right.
that doesn't count as a character. It's the
There's-
fucking ring.
Should we start
I'm
with
having
the...
Oh,
Oh, go
sorry.
ahead, sorry, Lou. Go ahead.
There's a Middle Earth strategy battles tournament next weekend, and I'm bringing Tom Bombadil. I bring in a complete
What are his
troll
rules?
list.
Like he just
His
obliterates
rules-
everyone.
His rules
He
are
gets
all
high.
question mark. His stats are all question mark. And he has the rule Tom. He has 15 will, which is what you use to cast, and he has the rule Tom is master that says you can't shoot him or charge him or attack him or cast any powers on him. And every time he charges someone, he automatically wins, but he doesn't make strikes. He just pushes them back, and then he loses
Oh.
a will.
Why didn't he
And
deliver the ring
when
to
he's-
Mount?
Because there's lore in that actually.
There's a lore
He
thing
was
about...
busy. He had a picnic.
One of them was like he would just lose it. I think-
Just-
But I think another one was like, even if he was the last one on the earth, he wouldn't deliver. He wouldn't take the ring or something like that. I don't know all the lore, but
Was
yeah,
it
Tom's
something to do with
awesome.
like Gandalf, where he's like, Gandalf was like, "No way, I'm not touching that thing. That will corrupt me. I don't trust
Yeah.
myself."
Epic, cool, awesome Goblin guy says any character that gets ranked below the ring should be deleted from fiction. Which is...
Also, I think it's time for me to.
Oh,
make the
no.
confession.
Oh, here we go.
I've
Oh,
only
God.
seen the first movie. I have read the books though.
yeah. Okay, that's good then. That's fine.
We'll tell you who these are, though.
Why
so
did they
the
not
could
use
be
the
worse.
Eagles? Because the Eagles are the least conspicuous thing imaginable, bro. They would Sauron
They'd
would
get
see them
shot
coming from a
down.
mile away.
yeah, the
and send his
Nazgul would
Nazgul.
just grab him.
Get the anti-aircraft and just like flat cannons. Just
Yeah.
they're gone.
I have one more complaint about the list itself.
We'll put
Why,
some
how
eagles
come?
in the ring.
How come Scary Bilbo is not his own tier?
Oh, man.
God, that scared the crap out of me when I was a kid, though. That, like, properly, I used to have nightmares about those eyes, and then it's like...
Oh man.
Make some noise.
Should we start off with Aragorn, though?
Aragorn
is
S
S tier.
S
He's
tier.
so amazing. He's
Chad
such
of
a
Chad.
he's
Yeah.
such an amazing character.
87 years old and he's looking great.
I don't think anyone dislikes Aragorn. He's pretty.
He's
He's. I mean, just in terms of his writing as well, the character. I mean, you know, the spoiler alert if people have not seen it. The death scene with Boromir is pretty.
what?
every time, dude.
The it's pretty emotional.
My captain,
and,
my king. Oh my gosh, dude.
God,
Can
my
I
heart.
mention in my I've just done my Sarek the Silent King video, and I've called one of the chapters "Return of the King" because I couldn't.
Nice.
Of course.
Oh,
And even
Arwen?
towards the end, well, I mean, I was gonna say there's another character where he become. Was it Elisar? Is that would be like his full ascension? You know, his new name when he becomes
that is a
king.
name that I know of.
Spoilers: he becomes king of Gondor. Next one here,
Arwen.
Arwen.
I like Arwen.
Steve
though I
Tyler's
think
daughter from Aerosmith.
she was definitely my like celebrity crush as a little kid. Holy moly. but she takes away a lot of. Book Arwen is good. Movie Arwen is kind of cringe because she takes away a lot of character moments that other characters have.
It's always ethereal scenes where it's her just going. She's just lying there dramatically as well.
That was okay with young
Unfortunately.
Eli. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be. I don't know if I have the right. I think it's Glorfindel. Glorfindel's supposed to be the one helping the Fellowship at the beginning, but they put in Arwen instead for some reason, which is kind of weird.
I think they might
But,
have put him towards the end of the list here as like a representation of him.
I'd give her A
possibly.
tier because she also complements Aragorn's story. But
Okay.
and she chooses.
I'd
moral
actually
life,
argue
true love
B.
and the sun.
All right.
I'm only going to argue B just because I think so many of the other characters are going to be like really high up on the list. Like I honestly think we might be like we have to sort of like be really stingent. I don't know what Colin or Andy, if you guys agree or disagree there.
To be honest, I'm like, Arwen's a bit meh. She's a bit mid for me.
I gotta be honest, I don't really remember her much from the books, so I mean,
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
movies
She's
way.
like, if you want him, come
she
and
gets
claim
way
him.
more
That's the
screen
only
time
cool
in the
moment she
movies than the
has.
books. So
mm.
B tier's fine, I guess.
Balrog
Is
next.
that next?
Balrog.
Oh, all right. For a moment, I
Rings.
thought that next one was the orc.
Wait, you're putting
that ran
Balrog in
into
ring
the
tier?
wall
bro?
with the highest tier.
Ring
C tier,
tier?
It's
A
a
tier?
Rorschach
A tier?
test.
What the heck?
A tier at least.
Even
The
S tier, but I'll
Balrog. That's
give him
like
A tier.
the epitome
Winding
big
you all up.
final D&D boss monster.
Yeah,
It's only
if
in one
if-
film.
If ring tier
Hasn't got
isn't
a great
if-
character arc though, does he? He's just like, oh, I'm on fire.
Who gives a shit? It doesn't need
he's
one.
awesome. He's awesome.
It's a big demon.
Yeah, if ring tier doesn't actually mean bad, then he can go into ring tier. I'll accept it.
No,
But
ring
he's
tier is
awesome. The Balrog is super cool.
the design is I still remember the bit where it leans over and it screams, or like the flames like roar
Yeah,
out of it.
roars. Mhm.
Oh my god, that's such a
A flame will
Yeah.
not avail
It's
you.
like
And he's
the
like,
most-
nah,
Flame
I
of
will.
Ulthuan.
It's
I'll get
also
you.
like the most impressive like special effects used it because
Yeah.
it still looks really good and like the way they used the smoke and everything coming off it to
Mhm.
hide that it was like
I will
2000s.
say,
90s. Yeah. Like,
I
it
can't
was-
remember the name of the game, but there was a just after the films. There was it Lord of the Rings Middle Earth or something? We got to play an RPG where you played as the actual characters moving the plot around that don't appear in any of the films, but they're always meeting all the characters. And you
Oh,
fight the Balrog with Gandalf, and I was like,
What?
Balrog's kind of mid. Like, oh, I've
Dang.
already beaten him. I'm in like level 12. This
me
is
and my
good.
mate used to play on PS3. I know PS3. What is it? It's one of the Middle
This
Earth
is an
games.
Xbox original game.
This is basically the equivalent of like, was it a
Zero
Middle
five,
Earth Call of
Xbox.
Duty in the version of one?
Oh, by the way, we got a donation
Bunny
from
Cop,
Bunny
thank
Cop.
you.
Aragorn, S tier. The inspiration for Ranger class would still be B tier in
Yeah.
5.
You
Fifth
just got a
edition
homebrew stuff, bro.
D&D.
You just got a homebrew stuff.
if we were judging him off the Ranger class, he'd be F tier.
Feels
Oh,
bad.
come on.
Feels bad, man.
Rangers are
What
not
was the
fun.
name?
All right,
Eh.
Game.
we got a ring tier character coming up. Barleyman Butterbeer. He is the sole reason.
I'm surprised you remember him.
It's only because I'm bringing him in my list that also has Tom Bombadil. Yeah, I'm gonna tell my
But-
list right now on stream.
But
So
I would say, counter argument, we put him at the top of S tier.
he is S tier
'cause
as
he's
well.
like,
He's
"Oh,
both S tier
oh,
and ring tier at
there's
the
that
same
Stri-
time.
There's that Strider over there. Oh, I'm a man.
Oh, I
If
forgot
he's-
about
if
this
he's above
letter, and then
Aragorn.
That makes it all. He's not above Aragorn.
Yeah, if he's above
Let me-
Aragorn,
let
people are gonna
I
fight
wanna,
us.
I want to talk
Can we
about
put
my
him in
list
Bombadil
for-
tier because he's just a weird, irreverent
I like that.
character?
I want to say my list for the Middle Earth game. It's Aragorn with
What's the game?
what's his big sword that I just forgot right now.
Elrond-
Anduril.
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 Anduril,
It's him at the Anduril and a bow on a horse, and then it's Boromir on a horse with armor, and then it's Legolas on a horse, and then I have Barleyman Butterbeer with Bill the pony, and Tom Bombadil and Gwaihir the eagle, and that's my that's what I'm
The king
bringing
of
to
eagles.
Lord of the Rings. It's a horribly disgusting, terrible, make you quit the game possibly list, but it also loses the moment I draw an objectives mission. So it depends.
The next one is Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins is
S
S
tier.
tier.
If this is just Lord of the Rings, and not The Hobbit,
Oh,
I
well,
guess.
the
he's-
only
Just
oh.
the scream he
His
does
birthday.
is enough.
And his birthday scene, it's just so good. It's like,
Oh yeah.
You know what? I only want to put him in A just because S tier is like it really has to be the actual cream of the crop, and I don't believe
Put him ahead of the
Bilbo.
put him ahead of the Balrog then.
Yeah,
Fine,
Okay.
fine.
we're gonna be
Bill the
like
pony. Bill the pony's Bombadil tier.
okay, Bombadil.
Who?
Bill the
The
pony.
pony. Bill the pony.
The one that
Crucial
they
to
is
first
that the one
film.
they leave at the gates of Moria?
Yeah, it's a lot more sad in the
Yeah.
books, but I think he still survives in the books as well.
How did they confirm that? How
I
possibly
think
could they?
because they
Well,
come
someone
back
probably
and
saw the horse
he's
again.
okay.
I like to think, you know, that scene in the third film where there's that really angry guy riding. I like to think that that's Bill the pony. He's right, just like well, he's charging to like assault the city.
He
Yeah,
counts
that's a very
as
small horse.
he gives rerolls to hobbits in the board game or the tabletop, and he gives you free certain resources back for second breakfast.
Wow. I mean, I'll leave it in Bombadil then.
I love Bill the pony.
Yeah, Bill the pony's great.
Boromir,
S tier.
or
He's the best character ever
Sean
written in all
Bean.
of fantasy.
I mean, it's just because that again,
He's
like
S
he's
tier.
only in one film, really. No,
Yeah, but
he's
that's all
actually
he
he's the
needs.
beginning. He's also the beginning of
Two Towers.
yeah, but
He's in the lead
Holy
scene,
moly,
yeah.
Crimson Glory, bro, please.
Oh my word.
bro,
Egg, I love you guys. Passion for Warhammer 12th and 20th are the best. I turned 30 on the 26th, so rip to my joints. Love you all.
Welcome to the club.
Also, shout out to Throw My Phone because it's effing with my spelling. Might not be able to donate for a while. Thank you, man. Bless
Thank you, Crimson Glory.
The
Thank you
egg
so
might
much.
just for that, since you said egg, maybe it'll happen. It'll happen on stream. Just let me get through the Lord of the Rings tier list at least, please, bro.
Let him
Crack it in a
cook.
glass and drink it. Don't
Yeah.
don't like eat the
No,
shell.
it's gotta be
Eat
eat the whole thing. I got water this time. so it's
No, 'cause
Someone
last time
said
that was
the very
problem.
end of the tier list, the orc who does his meats back on the menu. Can that be Bombadil?
Jeez.
Of course.
Yes,
I don't think that's even in
Bombadil tier
question.
I
list.
think
The very
that's,
last one.
This
He
guy.
is what's his name? Ogluk, maybe? No, he's a movie character as well, I think. But
I
he's
mean,
Ogluk is a
Vrasku
very-
or
Total
Ugluk.
Warhammer.
One of those two names sounds right.
I
Really
think-
random aside. Can I mention something? There, where I'm from, the
What
Channel
about a
Islands,
second
there's a
egg?
beer called Breeder, and there's that bit in that scene where the hobbits Merry and Pippin are being moved around, and one of the orcs goes, "We ain't going further till we've had a breeder," and so we're always like there with the beers.
Yeah.
Really random. aside.
But anyways, Boromir's I think Boromir is one of the best characters ever. And I think all men
Yeah.
can relate to Boromir.
Yeah, he's conflicted. He's got a good arc. He's in one film and he steals the show.
he
when he's
hits
on.
rock bottom. He falls into
He's got all
sin,
the
but then he
memes.
redeems himself. He proves himself to still be the fearless, courageous hero on the inside. And,
Yeah,
I
he has a
love him.
redemption arc.
Next one is Aragorn's horse. Is that the one who
Uh,
carries him
yeah,
when he's
A tier
injured
for
in Two
saving him.
Towers?
No, he beats here because he does the same thing as Arwen, basically. So I think
Above
B tier.
Arwen.
Yeah, he's just
Oh,
no,
come on,
I
be
can't
nice
put
to
a
Arwen.
horse above
Be nice to
Arwen.
Arwen.
Yeah,
It's a horse.
Fine.
yeah, I
fine.
know. Better than
Oh,
Arwen.
king of the
I
what's
don't
the
know his
elven
name.
group?
I don't know.
I can't remember. He's the king.
Oh,
of...
Oh,
Glorian.
Galadriel's husband.
That's right.
Yes.
I think
Ring
he's
tier.
C
Who
tier or ring
cares?
tier. Yeah, Galadriel's S tier.
No,
put him in
C-tier.
C-tier because I think he
Ring
makes
tier
wine.
still.
Just because he's part of that
Bottom C-tier.
iconic part where it's like, where is Gandalf? Right, and then
Ron.
it becomes we're taking hobbits to Isengard,
Really?
kind of the whole.
Is he also the one who
video.
goes,
Taking the hobbits
the
to
dwarf
Isengard.
talks so loudly we could have shot him in the dark?
No, that's
Is
another
he-
one.
That's a different guy.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
This is
He's
even
Smeagol.
worse.
Schmeagol when he's before he returns to Gollum.
Smeagol's a nice B tier, I guess.
Yeah, lowest
So
point of
before-
B
wait,
tier.
So before he's interesting?
No, actually, that's not Schmeagol.
Should we
That's
just
his
put him
friend.
next to the ring. 'Cause
Is that his
That's
friend?
that's his friend who he smothers.
Oh, that's the
Remember?
friend.
Are you
Oh no,
sure?
'cause he
Drowns.
dies too-
That's the
What
friend who
is
gets
his friend? Yeah.
Smeagoled,
He's just above this guy.
Really?
Because he's on a boat and that's it.
isn't he? He's the one who finds the ring, and then Schmeagol takes him out
What the
because he's
heck?
like,
Okay,
I
what's
want
that?
it.
What's that? Yeah, he doesn't look
Oh,
like Andy
gosh.
Serkis. Yeah.
I mean, to
Okay,
be fair, C tier because he just gets garroted essentially straight
Yeah.
away.
Denethor. Denethor's
Hold
ring
on.
tier, I feel like.
No,
Hold on.
he is an
Ring
interesting
tier or A
character though.
tier?
Hold on, I've got an idea.
Ring
I've
tier
got an
isn't
idea.
bad. Ring tier's not bad tier. It's
I've
just
got an idea.
like
I've got an
certain-
idea. Hold on. We can
Alright.
fix this.
I like Denethor. He's a good character.
Tomato.
There we go.
That is one of the
Tomato
best scenes
crunch.
in like films ever. Yeah, that's fine with that.
Does anyone else find that? This is
Elrond.
still like it's like rent free in all our heads, isn't it?
Yeah.
Except for Colin. Except for Colin.
Yeah, he's not.
He's been
do you think-
spared.
have you seen that scene at least, Colin?
Which one?
When Denethor
Where,
eats
like,
a
it's
tomato.
in the third
The
movie.
Not
so-
seen
The
that.
cavalry are charging a fort and they're all about to die. And Mary's just like singing a really sad song, and he's eating all this food, and it's just like really visceral close-ups of him eating
It's such
really
a good,
sloppily
it's
eating
such a
tomato.
good
It's
scene,
like,
Yeah.
dude.
There's a massive
Holy crap.
like
What the
tomato
fuck?
It's such a
sloppy
good scene.
zoom
and it's
in.
good though because it's just like he's just like eating his food like a layabout, and then his men are dying in a hopeless
Yeah.
charge, and then there's like
Oh
the
my
last bit where they're
gosh,
all
dude.
about to be hit by the
It's
arrows,
so
and he just
good.
crunches into a tomato and it runs down his mouth, and you're like, oh, nice
Oh,
nice
man.
symbolism, very good.
It's
Elrond?
weird as
Brilliant.
fuck though. I was
Elrond?
gonna say that.
Elrond's
Elrond.
lore,
Seen
Elrond
Big
lore
saying,
wise
that
is S
tomato
tier.
hit different.
Elrond is S tier in the lore. In the movies, I feel like he's just A tier. though.
A
He's just
bottom of
plot
A. The Balrog's
contrivance.
more iconic, to be
I
honest.
feel like
He
the thing
shows
is,
up at the
all he-
beginning though, and he's
all
in
he
a
does
cool
is he tells people
early
what to
scene.
do, and he's like, I was important once, like, cool.
we cannot
he-
trust the realms to men.
Sad ranking for
He
Elrond.
sits there and goes, "I was
Go
there
over
when the
here."
courage of men failed," and
Yeah,
then
that's a
he
good line.
conveniently leaves out the lore
You know
before
what?
that, which is when the elves cocked it up just
You
as
know what?
badly.
Can we not have Elrond below Aragorn's horse? Can we
You know what?
please?
I can. That's fair.
No.
True.
Top of
I
B
think
tier.
he has to
Seriously,
be here.
dude.
No.
He's-
He
Top
also
of B.
Here's-
he also
here's my
has a lot of-
justification.
Okay.
Arwen does that thing where she takes out like 9 ring wraiths with a lake.
Okay,
That's
but that wasn't
cool.
her. That's not real.
But she
that was
facilitates it.
Glorfindel.
She's like the one who's actually there and actually initiates that act. Horse does a lot of carrying. He just tells people.
He
to do
he
stuff.
heals
He's wise,
Frodo.
and he brings Anduril to Aragorn.
He does get it reforged.
From above is
Reforges
there.
Narsil into Andoril.
And also,
Flame Burst.
he has a lot of funny close-ups in the movie. He's kind of just a funny-looking guy. For my birthday, like 5 years ago, maybe, my friends bought this like stuffed pillow elephant thing and taped a picture of Elrond to it. And they did the same thing with like it was so weird. But he's a
Can't
funny
believe that
guy.
guy's also Vita Vendetta.
Hmm.
Just what a weird.
The egg is
Nimitz.
traditional at this point, bro. I don't want to do an egg every stream.
No.
The egg shouldn't have been a one-time thing, more of a one stream. Bro, come on. Don't do this to me. The egg will happen because Crimson donated $50.
I did like that. There was a
ugh.
comment from who said it.
If you guys donate more, though, that'd feel nice.
There has, you have to set yourself
yeah.
a minimum for the egg, surely, because
Well, the thing is, I
it
love
can't be a
that
cheap.
comment from.
I mean, last
Marco
time you guys
Salvatore,
donated like
who was
$150 for eggs.
It's like it was
so-
like $200 for the egg. Come on,
that is a little bit much for the egg, but I mean, if we made $100 per egg, that would make me feel a little bit less
Like a
less
sellout.
used, less used,
This
used and
is the-
abused.
you
This
egg
is the
whore.
best way we could sell out possible.
Oh man,
Yeah.
is this
Judge
Aelmir?
Dredd.
Is that his
Aelmir.
name?
Eomer.
S tier, top of S tier.
He's cool. I don't think he's S
He's
tier.
not. I think he's top of A.
I think he's A tier. Yeah,
He's great.
He's
that scene
not-
Where he cries
just
'cause
a
his
cool guy.
sisters-
He is a
he's
cool
just-
guy.
He's like,
He's
and
just
every
cool.
fight he's right in the thick of it, and he's killing everyone. He's like, yeah,
he's,
and
he's
top
an
of A.
amazing actor. I think he's A.
It's not-
He's
what's
only
his
really
name?
there in like he only really has his moments in one of the movies.
Chat, what's his
really
name? The
big.
actor. He's in The Boys, and he is Judge Dredd, and he's all sorts.
I mean, I like
Grond
the
be on
yeah.
list. Grond should be on the list. DJP. Grond is S tier for sure.
Is Grond not the actual ram, but isn't he
$9.99. I
the...
was scared this was going to be an egg donation. Thank you, Ludi McShooty for the $10. Question for Mr. No Work as the foremost expert in Sword Art Online.
Yes.
Uh, When are we going to do a lore crime episode for SAO? And then Crimson also $5. Thank you, bro. If you're including Rings of Power, I'll be baby mad. Also egg will be there. Egg will be there, bro. There's
Carl,
Rings
I've
of
not
Power as
watched
well.
Sword Art Online, for the love of God.
I can't believe that joke that started. That is like
Why is that
nearly
still
a year
going?
old.
Jeez.
Carl Urban, yes, thank you,
It's-
people.
Yeah,
Nah,
Carl
it
Urban.
cannot be a cooked egg.
Top of
That's so
A.
good.
Top of A is good.
Uh, what's
is
I
her
am
name?
no man, woman.
Oh,
I think she's S tier. I really like her.
what's her name?
Eowyn.
Eowyn.
She's
I
S
say,
tier.
meh.
I would say she's S tier actually,
Courage,
because she kills the
Courage,
Witch King.
Mary. Courage for our friends. Mary kills the Witch King. But I mean, it still
Ooh.
works. It's still the same difference. Whatever. It's fine.
Faramir.
Faramir's S tier.
S tier.
Is
For
he
sure.
though?
Yeah.
I
an
think he's
amazing
top of A.
character.
I think he's just top of A, because I don't think he quite. I do
I've
like
never
him a
seen-
lot.
You are Denethor, Hal. You are Denethor.
Yes.
What do you mean, tomato?
He's
He's
not-
not good enough.
He's not
Boromir.
Boromir.
Have you ever
he's
seen
S
that
tier.
meme though of like him and the guy with the map? It's just like, where are we? So we're over here. And
Well,
it's-
some
oh,
guys
this
started
is-
watching Sword Art Online because of you, Colin. How can you live with
no.
that,
I,
dude?
no,
How could
I
you
didn't
live
do
with
it.
that on
I,
your
I
own?
did not do
It's
that.
actually
to him.
not
That's
his
on him.
fault.
That wasn't me. I didn't do that.
I mean, once you've seen it, then you can make fun of
This
it.
is, I think this is Farmer Maggot.
No, I think I can make fun of it at any point.
Oh, he's
this
one of
is
the
guy
hobbits,
who's
isn't he?
like
He's
when
this
the
is Farmer
wraiths
Meg.
They
appear, and he's like,
they live
up
"Everyone
there."
here."
In the books, Farmer
there.
Meg is actually S tier. He like stands up to a ring wraith and just tells him to freaking go away.
Whereas in the movie,
he
he's
does
like,
in the
"It's
movie
over
he's a
there," and
big.
he
If
hides.
this is only movies, he's C tier, but books this is S tier. So I think give him B tier.
Okay,
at least.
I'm gonna say Frodo. By the way, Frodo is for me low A.
I think he's
Right.
He takes the burden of the ring.
does,
He
Better than the
endures a
Balrog.
lot.
You're right. You're right.
But as a
Better than the
character, he is
Balrog.
there's a quite a clearly superior part of the relationship, like of the
Yeah.
duo act.
Yeah. Frodo
He's got to be higher
deserves
than the
A tier,
Balrog,
for
just
sure.
a guy who's on fire and shows up once.
I might have a
He's-
controversy.
I think he should be top of A tier.
Yeah, I mean, he does the most legwork. And
Yeah,
he's got little legs. It's
Yeah.
only fair.
funny feet too. Galadriel.
Yes, I think Galadriel's S tier.
Yeah, weird.
I don't know. Like I don't feel as like
Galadriel's just
dr-
cool.
I can't say I feel as drawn to Galadriel like over. Yeah, like that's a good spot. Like she's not.
Yeah.
She's like a
Fine.
entity almost rather than a character.
Oh,
And
but
again,
she
she
brings
does-
Gimli's best line in all of freaking fiction.
She does.
She
But she
gave
just
me
kind of
3
gives everyone a
strands.
present, and that's all she does. I mean, Bilbo gives Frodo a present, and it's like, oh, that's useful. But he also has like a story.
Fine.
just
I
turns
think
up and
she's
it's like,
cool.
I'm an elf in it. You know, oh wow!
Thank you, Leon.
Cool.
Leon LF Gray says
Why then?
Sword Art Online is bad. Yes,
I
It
agree.
is.
I'm not gonna lie.
it is
bro.
actually
terrible.
bad. It's not terrible.
What's this guy's
It's not truly
name?
god
Just
awful. But it's
Gamling?
fine.
Haldir? Gamling, you're right. Gamling.
Oh, is this the guy who gets
Gamling's-
absolutely crunked by the
no,
war?
he survives. Pretty sure. Yeah, he does.
wins.
Oh, there's another guy
He's
who
like-
gets crunked by a.
He's kind of just there. I think he's like the banner bearer.
Yeah,
Valhalla.
low B's.
He
Fine.
gets to be. He gets to be. He's name dropped in the Ride for Ruin and the World's Ending, so he gets to be for that, I guess.
Glam Ring. You take your banner
Yeah.
down the center,
Yeah.
or is it the
Yeah.
left flank?
One of the two.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's in the battles a lot.
The Ride of Wait, can we just talk about the Ride of Rohirrim? Is still probably one of the greatest scenes
That
in
true.
cinematic history.
Peter Jackson made some decisions that I might not agree with, but holy crap, he made some good movies.
When the music kicks in, you're like,
Yeah.
hairs all up. You know, the memes
Gandalf.
have been made are awesome as well.
Gandalf is top of
S
S tier.
tier.
He's top
Yeah,
of S
it's-
tier.
it's
He's in
Gandalf.
every.
He's
film.
so awesome. $2 from Crimson Glory. Forgotten Weapons tier list. When? That sounds cool. Thank you, sir.
Mm. Oh, where do
Alright.
you put Gandalf? I mean,
Top of S
Top of
tier.
S.
I feel like
for
Gandalf
sure.
should be in Bombadil. I would argue for him to go into Bombadil
Damn.
just
True.
because
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
like so
He's,
much
like,
revolves
weird.
around
Yeah.
Gandalf,
Yeah,
and he's
already like
yeah.
a million years old, so he doesn't really need any development or any. Yeah,
yeah.
Gimli.
much as-
Gimli's
Easy to
S
get
tier.
Oh, Gimli's S tier.
Gimli's so
S tier.
awesome.
Below
he has such a
Boromir,
he
but-
has such a beautiful story as well.
Below.
Oh, man.
His friendship with Legolas as well
Legolas. Yeah,
in the
Yeah.
end.
Some great lines.
he has such amazing character development. I
That
really
still
like
only
Gimli.
counts as one.
Oh,
Yeah.
No,
So
Gimli,
many
yeah.
good.
Two
lines.
Towers is his film, by the way. Like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
is the Gimli show.
He's
Gollum.
judging because he's got my
Gollum.
axe and has never.
And
shut up.
also how every Lord of the Ring memes ends with him with the beer in his beard going in the pub. That's like.
just him like
perfect.
appreciating Legolas in the end is so wonderful, though. I love it so
So
much.
can we put him above Boromir just a bit?
Dude, he sailed out with the elves
Gimli.
at the end. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
seriously.
Like,
DJ
Boromir,
Beast.
I think is yeah.
Oh, he asked, what do you guys think of that Lord of the Rings anime thing? The is it War
The
of
what?
Rohirrim thing?
I,
I heard the
haven't
announcement.
gone to
I've
see
not
it.
heard
I
it.
haven't
I've
gone to
watched
see
it.
it yet.
Um,
Smeagol destroys the ring. He gets S tier.
But he has
Smeagol's
a
the
terrible
hero
video
of
game
our-
that came out this last
Well,
year.
we don't think
so-
about that. We don't think about that.
is he,
Smeagol's the
is,
hero
it's
of our
technically
story.
two characters.
All right, now hang on. The game was not good, but I will defend it because it was an actual game with passion and intent behind it. It
Mm.
sucked,
Okay.
but it wasn't like bad in the way modern games are bad now, which is they were
Mm.
designed by corporations to eat
Yeah,
your
It's
money.
lanky Assassin's Creed.
It's just, you know, they made a bad game.
Mm.
I
Whoa!
can't
my
deal with
gosh.
it. Oh
Anthony
my god.
Fackenthal taking out the 401k. Thank you, sir, for the $100.
Oh my.
If you each had the ability to decide what the new faction GW would bring to the tabletop, regardless of how
Ooh.
obscure the lore may be, what would you pick? I think I choose the Hrud because they're pretty different from anything
Yeah.
out now. Anyways, much love, gents. Thank you.
Thank
again,
you
sir.
so much,
Bless
Anthony.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Eli, do you want to go first? New faction?
New faction, probably one of two Emperor's Children, but that doesn't really count. I think I would do I would just redo the Tau and give them all of their alien auxiliaries instead of only Kroot and Vespid. I always thought that was really stupid. I think the Tau being a conglomerate of species would be pretty cool.
I think that's what I would do that, but for the Farsight enclaves, like make that its own army, and that could be the like the Covenant Tau, since GW clearly does not want to do that with the mainline
that'd be
Tau.
so cool.
So give Farsight can be like the
Exodites,
coalition.
yeah, Exodites too.
Oh fuck yeah,
Andy,
Exodites too.
what do you think?
I have a joke idea and I have an actual idea.
Oh boy.
I'll say the basic one because I think it's a bit. Yeah, I'd like to see, you know, like the Horus Heresy series. I'd like to see a Knights Errant faction. I think that'd be cool, but it might be a bit limited. But I'd really like to see just an Administratum one, and like they have rules about they just bog you down with like paperwork and bureaucracy, and so you're like, I need to roll down. Like, actually, you have to complete form subsection 71. You have to give it 5 signatures before you're allowed to roll the
Imagine
dice.
handing your opponent a form to fill out every time he tries
Exactly,
to do a
that would be
shooting
the
phase.
gimmick. You have a clipboard and you go, actually.
That
Death
would
by
be
boredom.
something. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I've got 3. I honestly think they either, because they might have teased some of it. I've always thought Dark Mechanicum might be cool, but I also
that'd be cool.
just think that it might be like an allied unit thing for Chaos.
Did they kind of hint at that?
Slightly, but I also think they've hinted at possibly the Inquisition, and obviously Emperor's Children. If I had my if I had my choice, I'd actually go for somewhat similar to Eli and Colin's answer, but I'd go a lot darker, whereas like the Farsight Enclaves and Tau are pretty like more on the good side of Warhammer. Like they're actually a bit more morally, lighter and not as grey as or black as the other one. I would go for like a conglomeration of Xenos, but it's all like the evil bastard ones, like from all the horror. So like
I like that.
what's like the Maggot Men ones, the Crave, the ones like which are like basically invasive mind ones,
Yeah, I know what you're
and then the Hrud as well. Just basically you die by aging like to dust in front of your Xenos. I just go for like basically a dark mirror of the Tau, where it's like but that'll be because then they could literally have the models would be crazy because they'd have no limit. Make it crazy, as like make it Age of Sigmar level beauty. That would be it, I guess. So thank you so much, Anthony, as well. Really appreciate that, brother. Thank you. And he's definitely putting our children through college. Thank you so much. The next one is that. Oh, that's the one who takes the myth. He only takes the mithril off of
I do know who that is.
Frodo.
That's Shake Rat and Gorbag. It's Gorbag. That's who it is. Gorbag. He's really fun in the tabletop. I give him B tier.
Low B because he's barely on it. But
Yeah.
now the next one, this
Gothmog.
orc.
He has one of the hardest lines in the movies.
Low.
The Age of Men.
He has to go low. I'll go ahead, sorry. I don't want to interrupt
No,
that.
I was just saying that line is awesome.
The Age of Men is over. The time for the orc has come.
Yeah.
And
tier.
by the way, as much as probably people know this as well, I think Elijah Wood stated this. Like he was somewhat based off of the look of a certain director / producer at the time.
Yeah.
Who I don't know if you say his name just because of YouTube stuff, but
a controversial director,
one who's possibly in prison. But
Yeah.
so they base his look off of that, and they never told anyone. And
Jeez.
like a certain Stein.
And in that video game, the third
That's so
he is a
funny, though.
bastard because
He
he
is,
keeps running away and coming back. and
He
he's
is a
got loads of
regular
health.
dude in the books. He's not an orc, I'm pretty sure. But he's still cool. Wormtongue is S tier.
Wormtongue, top of S tier.
Not top of S tier. Get him out of there.
I
Bottom
think in the
of S
books
tier.
he'd be top of S tier because he gets shanked to death by hot. Like they just beat him to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is he S tier though? Like
Yeah,
really?
sure.
This is immediately after he kills Saruman, by the way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he did some cool stuff.
I guess this is
Granted,
as an entire character, he is interesting. To be fair.
Yeah.
Next one is
I
this
think
is
it's
what
not
about them?
It's something else. Yeah.
They don't need their legs.
Legs.
I'm gonna eat their legs.
I don't remember his name.
I mean, to be fair,
You
it is a
might be
meme moment though. I think it puts it in Bombadil just because it's meme tier format.
No, keep
It is.
out of
It's the
there.
same as Meeks
Keep
back
him
on the
out of
menu.
there.
It's exactly the same as Meeks back on the menu.
Meeks back on the menu, guys.
That is the same thing.
Surely. That's the meme tier.
Oh, now this is the elf he's actually just a movie character, isn't he?
Cyrodiil, isn't it? Is
Dies
that his
in the
name?
Two Towers.
I mean, he is. He's pretty cool.
He's not supposed
Top
to
of
be
Bennett
there.
Gambling.
He's not
Top
supposed
of
to be
B,
there.
I'd say.
I
Top
give
of
him
B.
bottom of B.
Elrond?
The elves kind of
he actually
take
fights.
away. Yeah, but the elves
True.
kind of take away from what Rohan actually like pulled off by themselves at Helm's Deep.
Elves
He wasn't
ruining
supposed to be there. He
everything.
just looks cool.
Ah, now the next dude. This is the guy who gets crunked by a
Well, that's
dog or
no,
wolf.
that's not gambling. Yeah, he does get crunked though. He's just some guy, I guess. He's C tier, bro. Come on.
Seats. Yeah, he's.
Oh no, he does
Boom.
actually. He does let Gandalf
Yeah.
keep his staff.
Oh, put him above
What's
all.
the top of C? At least
Top
Top
of
of
C
C?
or bottom of
There we
B.
go.
top of
There we
C. They need to be more stringent.
Who is who is this? Is this the, like Ophelia, one of the Sackville Bagginses? Who is this?
One of the
don't know.
Baggins or like hobbits, I think. Because if you look in the rest of the list, there's a few more hobbits who are.
Yeah, I don't know who this is. I'm gonna guess it's
Bottom of
Ophelia
C.
Sackville Baggins or whatever.
Bottom of C.
Sure.
Oh, the doorman.
The doorman, A tier for sure.
Yeah, he gets. I mean, he does get absolutely
Gets-
flattened by a door.
Oh yeah.
Bottom of A
All
tier.
right.
Bottom
All
of
right.
A tier. Calm down.
Not above
The
Balrog.
true
just 'cause
hero
he's a
of
fire.
God of War.
My man only has two
Legolas-
things. He looks
Legolas
through
is
two
A
different
tier. I'm
slots.
not gonna lie. Legolas is even B tier almost.
Like this should be
but-
up next to Gimli.
No.
No.
Yes.
Boring.
I think same as
What?
Frodo, to be honest. He, doesn't actually have that much.
He just does cool stuff.
Legolas
He doesn't really
is
have
just
any.
like
He's above
I'm,
Aemir.
He's-
I'm
he's
debating
already-
Frodo. I'm still a little bit baby mad.
I'm
Frodo's
just
not
saying.
on
I'm
the
just saying.
Hill. Baby
like,
rage.
I could put him above
Yeah,
Carl-
Legolas can go
in front
there.
of Carl Urban. But
Legolas
he
is just
shoots
cool elf.
things
He's
with
just,
arrows.
he's already like
That's all he
1,000 years old.
does.
He doesn't really have any character development. He's there to be Gimli's
He's-
character development.
He shoots things really well with arrows, and he's a bit racist.
He's
And
that
my
last
bow.
elf you see who's still like interested in the world and gives a shit about anything beyond going away.
True.
Hmm.
True. That is
and he
true.
ruins the Hobbit film because it's like, why are you here?
That's
Yeah.
not his
Yeah.
fault, and
That's-
we're
that
not
is not
including
his
the
fault.
Hobbit. We've gone over this.
Orlando Bloom gets S tier though.
All right.
fair.
Also, consider we're taking the hobbits to Isengard. That was like the first meme ever. Come on.
True.
Bombadil
True.
tier.
Is
Yeah, I
that
mean,
Pippin? That's Merry.
Yeah.
Pippin and Merry.
yes,
Yeah.
they
Put them
are.
together. Yeah, come on.
Fool number
The mouth of Sauron.
two. It's a cool
um,
design.
Tomato crunch.
It's the same as the.
Imagine him
Honestly,
Yeah,
he
it's-
has.
he's
He
got
has
a mouth.
But it ain't
it's
a
just
tomato
more.
this time.
Next one, just the next two hobbits is. Oh, this is the husband and wife
Yeah.
who like he smiles and
Oh,
then
he's
she
just
smacks
other
him.
Bombadil tier. for sure.
Bombadil tier.
That's such a great scene in
Hold
Fellowship.
on, just put you.
By the way, I think the next one is that Peter.
Rosie Cotton,
Not
Sam's wife. She's a nice lady.
C
Yeah,
tier. She's
B.
not in it. She's not.
C or
Is
B
she
tier.
real life Sam Wise's actor's
No.
wife?
No.
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
I've seen a photo recently where it's like the kid they use in that scene is actually his.
No, it's
kid or
Peter.
something?
Peter Jackson's
Oh, it's Peter
daughter
Jackson's.
was one of the young
Oh,
kids
I
in
don't
it.
know.
Right.
By the way, Samwise,
Sam is the best character. In all of Lord of
huge
the Rings.
schlong.
He is the best
absolutely
character.
top of
in
S.
No,
all
top of
fantasy
Bombadil.
Don't describe
ever
him
made.
like that. Don't describe
Yeah,
him
but I don't
like
want to.
that.
I don't want
You
to
don't
put him
like
as a
that?
meme.
No,
'cause, you know,
I
like,
don't.
I think he's
Yo,
like rooted enough to not be in.
Who the
memes
hell
yet.
in the chat put what that mouth do?
Yeah, I
I'm
was
talking about the
waiting for
mouth
that.
of
I was waiting for
Sauron.
that. What that mouth of Sauron?
Harry,
do.
no. Harry, we know you're a veteran on the chat, but please no.
Bro.
Sauron sloppy.
Oh, God.
my-
This
that would
guy,
be
ugh.
the Sauron sloppy. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
Sauron's
that
mouth.
dental
Theoretically,
hygiene bacteria.
he's the
Ugh.
mouth of Sauron.
Anyway, Christopher Lee,
Saruman.
S tier.
Yeah, S tier
Ugh.
for sure.
You know
Not
what?
above Sam.
It's just below Boromir, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, I just love that story about like how he's like being stabbed by wormtones, like on the set going, "That's not actually the noise that people make when they're stabbed in the back." And Peter Jackson's like, "What?" He's like, "No, it's the air escapes your lungs because you're stabbed." And it's like, "How do you know this?" Like, "Well, I was part of the British Special Forces during World War II." It's like,
Mm.
"Oh,
He's
Christopher, you shanked a guy."
Also, that bring me an army worthy of
Oh,
Mordor.
it's so good.
Hmm.
bring
He's just such an evil bastard.
worthy
It's
of
like,
Mordor.
And he was
oh.
originally going to be Gandalf, and then
He's
was
too
like,
old,
"Nah."
wasn't he? He's too. Oh, they said he was
I
too
feel
old.
like Bombadil tears a bit crowded for
Yeah.
to just be top Bombadil.
Okay, we're gonna take the orcs out of the Bombadil tier.
Bombadil-
The orcs have no place in Bombadil tier. I'm sorry.
Bombadil
The
tier
lead
is
on the menu
meme.
orc absolutely has.
Bombadil
God,
tier is
he
meme tier.
Really, Is
Is
it
there mean
really?
to?
Lurtz isn't
it's-
on this list. Lurtz isn't on this list. What the heck? Vrasku and like Ugluk are on this list, but Lurtz isn't here. Lurtz kills
the name-
Boromir. Lurtz isn't
love
real
the
in the
name
books, though. To be
Ugluk.
fair,
Sauron.
he's Bombadil tier.
Is he
He's-
though?
Put him above
Yes, he's
Sauron.
Sauron. What?
But unironically, as a character, he's more of like an evil
Tomato
force. He's not really like an actual.
Yeah.
You don't really
Ring.
know anything about him.
Yeah, but that's the same as
Ring.
Bombadil's just the good version of that.
Ring.
But he actually has dialogue. Like Sauron only just basically whispers occasionally.
Ring.
Whatever. Whatever. Fine, he can go in ring tier.
Shadowfax.
Shadowfax is A tier. Shadowfax is epic lore, I'm pretty sure.
It has to
I
go.
like the name.
Yeah. Be a bit
I
Who's
weird.
this
only
guy?
remember Shadowfax because of the epic rap battle of history.
That is clear.
Ride fast like Shadow. Riddle me this.
Oh my God.
We should set like a you can set like a target fund on things like a target fund for epic rap battles of tier list. And we'll all dress up or something and crazy.
This is Vrasku, Morher, or one of the other
Lurtz?
guys that I
It's
said.
not Lurtz.
It's not. Lurtz is the guy with the hand who shoots Boromir.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the
he
white-
does not
yeah.
exist in the books. This is just a guy.
See.
He's like, his model's all right. I'm pretty sure.
Probably
on
got more to
the
do than
tabletop.
this guy. So just
Yeah.
Is that what
I
I?
still don't know who that is.
Put Rosie Cotton in
Is-
front of him. Come on.
The next one I think is that the monster outside
Shelob,
of
isn't it?
Moria. Was that?
Looks like Shelob.
I can't see.
Oh,
What
Oh,
it
the
is.
spider. It's a spider.
It's a spider. It's Shelob.
Shelob's really cool. Shelob's got lore.
Top of
bro.
B. Top of B.
Top of
Shelob's like a
Shelob
lady in
deserves bottom of
the-
A if you
The
ask me.
game.
But
Yeah, you know what? It's
Shadow
above
Mordor.
Doorman. It's
yeah,
above
I think Shelob deserves A tier.
like
Eli,
below-
can you
below
explain to me
Balrog.
why Shelob becomes a lady?
That's not real.
In the game.
The game isn't canon. The game just took some
but I
creative
still don't know
liberties.
why.
I haven't
that's
played the
why
game.
she
I
should
don't know
be
why.
S tier.
Also, the game says like you
Shush
basically
you.
end up making like
Shush
3
Colin.
rings.
It's like candy store. Like, here, you get a ring. You get a ring.
Oh, undead.
Ghost King.
Oh, I
Ghost
can't remember
King.
his
Ghost
name.
Man.
He's okay, I guess. I like Tomato
Mouth.
Crunch 4.
You know what? The scene of it is pretty. I would say it's about the same as Shelob. Like in terms of it's just like a one kind of note
yeah.
scene
I
thing, but it's
guess.
still kind of it makes the movie, particularly the last.
Hmm.
one, at
And the
least,
ghosts are
so,
cool
like-
on the tabletop.
Tomato Crunch is fine. I think this one's like Witch King of
The
Angmar.
Witch King, oh, he's
Yeah.
so cool, dude.
Oh,
He's so
like-
cool.
he's
like-
above.
Bro, he 1v1's Gandalf in the movies.
Can we put him next to
tier.
He's
Sauron?
S tier.
He's next to
He's S
Sauron.
tier. He's S tier. I'm flying to
Yeah.
Britain right now. He is S tier.
He is S tier. 100%. The design,
I'll put him
the
there.
battles. His lore actually, to be fair, is
Oh.
pretty good too.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite character.
Theoden's S
Theoden.
tier, but he's
King
cooler. He's
Theoden.
cooler in the books. He's like bottom of
S
S
tier.
tier though in the movies.
He's
I think.
Bottom. He does the whole death charge.
You know what?
Yeah, that
He's-
part is
does
really
the bit where he
cool.
talks about
I
burying
think he's
a-
children, and he goes all like
In-
good-
in the
from
movies,
evil
though,
to good.
In the movies though, he's
And he
just
dies.
making.
It's
He's like,
sad.
oh, I don't want to go help Gondor. I don't want to ride to war. Blah blah blah. And I'm pretty sure
But
he
he
doesn't
does-
do that at all in the books.
And then he
In
does the,
I think he's
so it
above
begins.
Faramir. He's above
Yeah.
He does
Faramir
all
at
the
least.
best like quotable
He's not above.
lines in
He's
all
not
the
above
films.
Aragorn though. He's not above
Alright,
Aragorn.
Yeah, it's
I'll
all
put him
give.
He's not,
No,
he's not
not
above
even
the
Gimli.
Fellowship. He's not above the Fellowship. Let's just say that.
What?
No, we're actually gonna fight.
Hold
here.
on, hold
This
on,
is-
let
He's
me-
below
fight- let me fight-
Boromir.
Let me fight my case. Hold on. He does the so it begins bit. He
Yeah,
does the
okay,
the
those
big
are good
charge, he has the
lines,
sad death.
But tho-
He does the bit where he says no father should ever have to bury their children.
Yeah, they're
He does
good.
all the big
They're
fights.
good, but he's not a
He-
main character.
He's
Yo,
arc, and he's great.
He's
Put him
not
above
Boromir
Boromir.
though. He's
DJ
not.
Beast
No way!
said,
He's better than Boromir.
you know, in-
Yeah.
Bormir's one of the best written
no,
characters.
that's not even.
ever.
No, but
That's
he's
not even
better. He's in more
fathomable.
films.
No, that doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything.
That is actually the worst
Yeah.
take. That is
Oh my
He has a
unfathomable.
sad
gosh.
death scene.
Bro, please.
He has a-
He does
He
not
has
have
a
a sad
sadder
death scene. He does not.
No.
He dies in front
No
of his
way.
daughter.
No
It's well
way.
sad. And then he does that bit where he looks off in the distance as the
Ah.
last breath escapes.
He dies for nothing. He just dies. Boromir dies defending the two hobbits, taking
Put Boromir
three freaking
above him and
arrows
then we're
to
fine.
the chest. Theoden
God.
just dies. He just gets wrecked.
I
by
think
the
actually
Witch King.
The
Man,
next
I
character,
can't-
that is
I'm gonna-
Just-
gonna
Theoden's
kill you.
son. That is Theoden's.
Oh.
Hold on. So two rando orcs get Boromir. Anyway. Oh, it's this
no,
guy.
That's
Nope.
Theoden's son, who basically
He
has
has,
like
like,
2 minutes of
2
screen
seconds.
time.
He's C tier for sure.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
And then Treebeard.
Treebeard is Bombadil tier, I think.
Yeah,
Dude, the ends are slow to
Next to
anger.
Gandalf.
I don't remember
below
the rest of
Gandalf.
them.
Just one below Gandalf.
Slow to anger, quick to listen is a proverb, but yeah.
I don't remember it.
Close enough. Yeah, they're don't be hasty. I live by that. I live by Treebeard, dude.
I think is it DJ Beast pointing out the guy who voices Celebrimbor in the Lord of the Rings games is the same guy who does Mimir from
Oh.
God of War. I had no
Yep.
idea they were the same
Oh,
person. That's
also,
actually really cool.
Treebeard steals lines from Tom Bombadil in the movie, so that he also still gets to he replaces Bombadil basically.
Also, Jack Dawes made a very good point that it took the Witch King to stop Theoden, whereas Boromir is like a random orc. But,
No,
I'm not salty.
the Witch
I'm
King-
not-
the
Boromir
Witch
was like
King's-
50 random orcs. All
Yeah,
right,
and the
hang
Witch
on.
King's
and
Fell
Theoden
Beast.
was wading through hundreds at that.
The Witch
battle, and
King's
it took the
Fell
Witch King.
Beast just like threw his horse over and he just dies, and then that's it, bro.
Now he gets clobbered and he gets crushed by his horse. He's like, "Fuck! Oh, that's
Mhm.
heavy."
Boromir
Gets
1v
some-
freaking Boromir 1v50s with no backup. Theoden's never like by himself.
Gave
And
him
then
that
when he is, he
cock, like,
dies.
3,000.
Theoden is awesome. I really like Theoden, but he's not better than Boromir.
I mean, to be fair, we always just say like, I didn't even someone who's watching now, like Lord of the Rings. Damn, like because obviously it's getting closer to Christmas time as of time of recording, and I just have to do an entire extended edition, 9-hour go at it again. Oh damn, I
it's
really
so
want to watch
fun.
it.
Also, in the
Get
on
your
the tabletop,
commodes. We're watching all the films in one go.
every
Yeah.
tabletop game when I'm playing against Theoden, I always kill him. Like I've never seen Theoden survive a game. He just dies. It's also because he's fight 5, and most of the big scary heroes are fight 6. Boromir is fight 6, which is better than fight 5, by the way.
6 is
anyways.
higher than 5. Lorecrimes is a math teacher.
Nothing but accurate
Well, we
information.
got
The
5
Lord of the Rings tabletop.
European dollars from Angry Homunculus. Thank you, sir.
It's European
Also-
dollars.
Also, Mimir
It's
voice
pounds.
Armstrong and Oh,
Well, that's cool.
No
Senator
way.
Armstrong as in
That's
Colin.
awesome.
fuck with this, Senator.
all characters with big.
I can't
foreheads,
tell if he.
apparently.
Thank you, Angry Homunculus. Appreciate that
Oh, man.
very much. That is to be fair. That
Uh,
is the Lord of the Rings.
You got me
tier
all
list.
riled up in that one. Holy moly.
I
Yeah,
have,
Still
right.
sad. Still sad Lurtz
since-
isn't on this list.
Since
but-
I didn't have quite as much to contribute on this one on account of not having seen 2 of the 3 movies.
Please don't
I
scroll.
have.
Oh,
Well, I have even fucking less to contribute here. Holy shit!
No, this is
I
cover
have-
art. This is
long-
cover
this is a
art.
long
Alright.
list, bro.
Cover art.
We're doing
This
it
is cover
by.
art.
We will
Same.
And
we will
I
save.
did spend the time ordering them, so they're all in the
Wow,
right
bless
order. It
you,
took me like
Andy.
20 minutes.
We have. We will specify
But I'll-
today. It will not be. We're not rating all the Horror Heresy books. We're going to say that for another stream. But today we'll be rating the cover art for the Horrors Heresy novel. Some
I think
some
they
do
should
go
all
harder
go
than
in.
other.
I'll go in D tier.
I'll be honest. I actually
What?
I have thought about doing an art project with like some artists where we basically just redesign like the Horrors Heresy novels, but with like kind of modern slash how like a lot of the community they're really good and talented artists. So I mean, to be fair, I'm not sure how many of this is going to be S tier, but we'll have to see.
Can I say something that might be pretty controversial out the gate?
Okay.
All of
I
them
hate
that suck.
the Horus Rising cover. I hate how
Dang.
everyone
I-
looks in that
No, I
cover.
Yeah,
They
I
look
agree.
like Play-Doh. Like
The
I
they
feel
look like
you.
glue
two are a
people.
bit. meh.
I like the False
let's
Gods
just put
one.
the-
I like the False Gods one, but I don't like the Horus
Really?
Rising one.
I
that
think
much.
False God is even worse. To be honest.
False Gods has a
The only
nice like
thing is-
classic look though. They got helmets on. At
It
least.
has, but it's just the composition is like it's just a bunch of
Nice.
bodies.
It's kind of
and
nice
like,
though.
where-
It's simple.
Whereas like Galaxy and
I like it.
Flames, you can see like a focal character. You got a guy with his helmet.
Are we able
off,
to
and it's
zoom
a
in
bit
any
more-
bit more? Just like a little bit.
It might not work.
It might be
But
like
it's
the.
a
Oh,
bit-
there
Oh!
we go. There we
It's a
go.
bit smush.
Let's rate. I think Galaxy and Flames
I like the green. I like the green in that one.
is a bit.
Okay,
It's
but
slightly
it's
nicer.
Galaxy.
I do think it is C tier. This one, though,
Oh, right,
unfortunately.
what's going on here?
Fulgrim deserves
Definitely better than
artwork.
Horus Rising. I don't know why I just hate Horus Rising.
Yeah, no, that is
I hate how they
pretty.
look.
I think False Gods deserves more. I think it's cool and classic.
Can't
Fulgrim.
get rid of this big.
Fulgrim
advert.
looks icky. It's not. That's not the
Fulgrim-
cover
again,
Fulgrim
it's that-
deserves.
It's
No.
just,
Those
again,
are
it's
just iron
not
even
hands.
in on the cover.
Those are just iron hands, bro.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
see even.
it's like
something
they're
about-
off
There's not a
camera,
single
they're
Emperor's
to the
Children in
left.
that cover.
They're on the back of the cover, which is like
Ah.
obscured by text. Again, it's not
Yeah,
very good.
rip.
It's like the Eisenstein.
That
one.
one
It's
is
cool,
slightly
that's
cool.
fair.
But
That's a
wait,
B
we're
tier.
actually technically we're missing half the cover because it does flip round. And I know like
Yeah.
the other part of the Flight of the Eisenstein one it has like a Nurgle demon more like
Yeah,
prominent
that
in the
one's cool.
background.
Well,
I
to
think
be
that's
fair,
B
though,
tier.
I mean, the front of the cover is what they're advertising.
Yeah,
main,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
the cover of the book. It's what they want you to see most, not the back. So
Just
So
Sense-
the actual cover doesn't make any sense lore wise because that's Solon Decius and he's infected with the rot but he never
Hmm.
gets to fight a greater demon. He just gets possessed by one.
Weird.
And it's like, why
Sucks
are
to be
the
him.
Imperial Fists here? It's a weird cover. It doesn't
Huh.
make sense lore wise.
Descent of
I think
Angels?
test. I put Flight of Eisenstein in B though. It'll be low B, but it's
got
compared to
power
the other
fists.
ones.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
Descent of Angels, I think,
Um,
is a B tier. I like it.
Yeah. Descent of Angels is pretty. I mean, there are
I
better
like it.
ones of
They're
it.
Dark
When-
Angels.
When we get further on in the Horror Heresy, the covers do get a lot better, which is nice.
Go away, adverts.
Maybe a C
Um,
tier even. Descent
Yeah,
of
C
Angels.
tier.
Legion, I think, is A
Legion.
tier. I think that's a
Legion
really
is
cool.
A, just because it's
I think that's cool.
Legion should at least be A tier. Like
compared
that
to the
art,
rest of them. Yeah.
That's cool.
that art goes so hard where he's
Yeah.
walking down the like
He looks
line of soldiers
gigantic too.
bowing.
Almost
Yeah.
S tier. Holy crap.
Almost. To
pretty
be fair,
cool.
we should say that for like the cream. Of the
I
crop.
would vote S tier, but I'm
Yeah,
not
I think
passionate enough
S tier
about
as
it to be
well.
like it needs to be S tier. I can settle.
Battle for the Abyss. I've actually not even read any of that.
I like
read
the
it,
cover,
and it
but it's
was-
just
I
not
don't
done
remember it very
well. Because you got like the Thousand Sun, you got the Ultramarine, you got the I think it's Raven Guard. It's like that's a cool.
You know what? Top
idea.
of C.
The execution's
Yeah.
not great because it's all kind of
Mhm.
the colors are all mixed, and you're like, I can't really see what's going on. There's a guy in the way. It's just a bit.
Yeah. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go refill my water and get an egg. But if
Okay.
you get the Thousand
We'll tell her
Suns
quick.
before, if you get a Thousand Sun before I get back, Thousand Suns is D tier. Look at that guy's chicken arms, dude. It's freaking ridiculous. But, okay,
Oh,
anyways.
No, no,
I hate Magnus'
my
noodle
boy.
arms.
Okay, I've done it for you.
I'd also vote like I'm assuming that's Airman up front.
No, actually, that's not him.
it's just a random
just a sorcerer.
captain or something.
He looks how Space Marines would probably look moving their arms up and down. Unfortunately, that's very goofy and like chunky looking.
Oh,
we got
Crimson
a
Glory
donation
is
from
put
Crimson Glory.
egg. Also,
boy.
Colin, do you want to read that one out just for the rest of it?
Sure. Thank you for the $50, Crimson Glory.
Thank you, Crimson Glory.
Egg. Also, Marathi versus Sylvaneth, I'm assuming. There's only one true goth elf mommy. Love you all. It's
Oh,
Marathi.
You degenerates, all of
Quite
you.
simple.
Just people who listen, we
Mechanic,
are
yeah.
doing
Sorry.
the cover arts, not just the books this time. Because I'm not gonna lie, that will take a long time to. That will be a full. That'll just be one.
If we were
Tier
doing
list.
the books, I would just be leaving.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Until
We
one.
might. We'll have to say, you'll learn which ones to get though. Mechanicum.
Mechanicum.
I wouldn't get-
Mechanicum's top of B, I
Okay.
think. That is actually no. I
Yeah.
put it maybe
I
A. Yeah.
like how again it's really simple, but it's got some flair to it. It does what it's like. Mechanicum. Look at that guy. Look at that weird Gatling gun on his arm. Done. Like you don't have to be too
Ooh,
flashy with it.
Another donation
Makes
by Chin Big. Good name.
Thank you.
I read Gene Father recently, and good God, I knew he was a heretic. But Jesus Christ, the crap that gets done in that book is insane.
How
yes,
will I
Fabius
you can say
Bile.
bad words.
And then call is mean. Like yeah.
I don't know why I stopped saying. I didn't swear there. I was like, I might have had my quota. Yes, people playing egg. Flight of the Eggstein. Tales of the Heresy. Honestly, I want to give it more minus points because it's an anthology book and it's not actually like a proper novel.
And it makes Angron look weird. He just looks like a chunky
Yeah, it's
guy.
below Galaxy in Flames. It's not. It's legible, but it's not.
It's legible, but he kind of looks like a football fan in armor. I don't
Yeah.
know, something about it. He doesn't look right. He's a bit
Yeah,
wide.
it's
He
a
looks
bit-
short. Yeah, I don't like it.
Fallen Angels. It's a little bit hard to kind of tell what's going on. It's a bit cluttery.
Yeah.
But it is. I'd
But
say it's
it's
top of
better
C
than-
though, because it is.
Yeah, it's better.
The art.
than
The art is better.
But I put Scent of Angels above.
Um,
as well.
Nemesis. Nemesis actually is a
Great
good
design.
cover art because
Great
this
design.
is like the proper, just basically Imperial assassins.
I want to put it like here because it's again, you know what you're getting in for with each of these covers.
It's a shame the
Actually,
book is not
no.
worth
The
getting.
Mechanicum
It's a
should be
weird
better,
one.
though. Like the
I think
cover of
Mechanicum one is
Mechanicum
better, to be
goes
honest.
hard.
Mechanicum's an awesome
Okay.
book.
No, just the cover art
Cover is also
specifically.
cool.
I think it's
Yeah.
better than Nemesis. First Heretic, this is S tier, just because
Yeah,
it's
we
a
got that one.
chaos
Got
possessed
Got the
fighting.
Galvor back.
Got a
Yeah.
donation by the way from
Ooh.
Nick Swanson.
Thank you.
Sylvanest for World of Warcraft.
1,000 eggs.
Ah.
Beast.
Ah. So where are we
Oh,
putting
thank
First
you.
Heretic?
That's my first S tier one,
I-
just
S-tier,
because
right?
the
Don't-
If that's S tier,
don't-
then Legion's
don't
S
rank
tier. I think
Don't
that's A
rank it
tier.
S tier because of who's in it.
Yeah, I think
No,
it's,
maybe-
it's an A tier.
I
maybe
would
top of
say-
A. I think it is.
I think
No.
Legion's cool.
It's a custodian
Legion.
battling a.
No,
So-
but,
That
you only
doesn't
see
matter.
this
It doesn't
part of
look
him,
at
and he's-
Legion is
and again,
so
it's
cool.
not as clear as these ones. You're kind of like,
Ah,
what am I
fair.
looking at? That is that an arm? Is that a claw?
Cook
is
the
that a
egg, cook the egg.
pizza cutter.
You
I
do-
don't know what that is. I
If
can't
nothing
see
else,
it very well.
keep it an A to annoy Custodes fans.
Yeah.
I
Prospero
love
Burns is
I love
it's
this
actually
one.
It's
that
like
one's quite
C tier.
nice.
I don't know.
I love
It's
it.
all right. That one
It's
is
okay.
nice.
It's
The
definitely
wolves are a
better than
bit iffy.
Magnus and his
They're kind
noodle
of
arms.
silly.
They're a
It's
bit
not
iffy
A
looking
tier.
wolves,
I think it's
but
B
it's
tier.
like-
Like
I think it's
most
B just because of its
made.
lack of use of color.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah, it's
Broad
very
gray.
That's a problem with Space Wolves
Cold.
art, where it's like all blue and white.
Yeah.
yeah.
Age of
Some of them are
Darkness.
better than
I get
others,
it,
though.
but
I think this,
Age
this
of
one's cool.
Darkness.
This is like this is like a
It's
first
cool,
picture
but
of
it's
Horus.
there are better ones though of Horus.
Yeah, I'd say it does the job of legibility, so I want to put it above
Mechanic-
First Heretic, but it is a bit
Mechanicum.
weird looking.
Honestly, if I had the money, I would just make an art book of like I said earlier, like just read like let artists have a massive crack at like redoing all like the main Horus Heresy
Yeah.
books in their art style, and it'd be like it
Thank
would go
you.
so much harder.
Well, the thing is, with
Zan
stuff like
Zero.
Horus, there's so many artworks of just him standing imposingly now. You're like, that kind of already exists now with that particular design. You could slap the ones for like the Horus Heresy card game. You take any of those and put that on the cover, that would be a better cover.
Harry Ballantyne says I like everything about the Imperium except Space Marines.
good
We
man.
have
That's
member-
I mean, fair is an
man.
opinion.
We have membership
Oh,
from
we've
Zan
also,
Zero, who says
that's
opinions
true.
on those amazing looking Night Lords minis. They certainly are amazing. Am I a little
Hmm.
bitter that we got Night Lords guys before Noise Marine plastic kit? Still, yes, but it's
a
okay.
little bit.
And then a donation from Lelouch Rio. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Thank
Lelouch.
you for the $10. Is that Australian dollars? I don't know, but thank you. Just tuned in, missed the Skaven tier list, but I love my rat boys. Almost finished painting my Skaven army. I have 80 class.
80.
Jeez, dude, and I love that die to slight breeze. Thank you, sir.
I love painting.
Thank you
I
very
love
much,
finishing
Lelouch.
20
By the way,
clan
we have
rats, and you're not
Crimson
even a quarter
Glory.
done.
Crimson Glory put
He
walks
has
so you
it.
guys could run. So if we get some eggs, if we get some egg support, if we get some egg support in the chat, then you'll see the egg soon.
The Outcast Dead. This one is Thunder War. I mean, it's not.
It's cool.
I don't think
weird.
it's nicer, but there's something interesting going on about it.
Yeah, it's unique compared to the others. It's like
It
we're in
didn't-
an alleyway, we're wearing weird Thunder Warrior stuff.
I don't think it
What is
draws you
this?
in quite as much though.
Mhm.
And
Now,
it's also just like, look at this frail old man with like a weird, goofy head. Cool. It's not very pleasing to look at.
Yeah.
Deliverance Lost. Honestly,
It's
despite
okay.
what is in the book, the cover is
Yeah.
actually quite cool. To be fair,
Not a great book.
the cover is better than the book, so
But
give it
I
credit.
put it above Horus.
It's
Big
above
Eye
Nemesis.
Legion.
I put it
Alright.
above Nemesis
Can
because
we-
it's a
Can we
primer.
agree on something though?
What's that?
The other book with Corex on the cover, I think that art is much cooler.
Yeah, I feel that.
Oh,
It's got
his
the lightning
Primarch.
claw stretched out
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's bottom of 8s here.
Like I'm just saying, wherever that one
Yeah.
goes, the other one needs to go higher.
Live egg reaction.
No fear. This one
This
is actually
cool one.
pretty.
That might be S
We
tier.
we had to zoom in. This might be the first S tier one here.
Well, the only thing is, it's like a really cool idea, but again, the execution's a bit iffy. It's just
It's not. I mean,
It's
none of them are
just
perfect,
like-
but it is
I
Gilliman
think it's
smashing a
really
guy in space.
cool.
I'm gonna vote
It's
S
really
tier.
cool.
That's
That's
S
how
tier.
cool it is. I love that one.
It is cool though.
Fine.
It's actually really hard to find like.
Why did we put the custodian up there?
I am
I'm
still
just-
with you, Colin. I'm still with you.
You can put it into B tier then. I'd be okay with
Yeah,
that.
buddy.
Okay, cool.
Big win.
I think that the background color is annoying. Like it shouldn't be green. It
It's
should
a
be
good.
there.
It's an awesome
Yeah.
book, though. It's a really good.
Red
Well,
and
the only
green
thing is, like,
is
at least with the green, it's contrasting with the red, so you can kind of see a bit better.
red
It's when
and
you get to
green,
stuff like
though,
the one
is-
next to it, it's just I can't tell what's going on.
For people listening as well, like if you actually just if you're like, oh, I don't know where to like the Horus Heresy seems so intimidating. Honestly, you can actually just start at either Horus Rising or First Heretic.
Mhm.
Like if you want to just skip the actual like heresy part, just go to First Heretic.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what
Or-
my first book was?
Which one was it?
Prospero Burns.
That's a weird place
Wow.
to start.
that was one
I
of my. I
know,
think that
but
might have
it-
been my first one too.
But it's like
actually.
there are some books like that one where
was a
they're
kid.
self-contained and canonically it's like very early on and it actually predates some of the other books. So it's like actually it's not a bad place to start.
Mhm.
And there are some books like that where Descent of Angels is another one where it's self-contained, doesn't really have a bearing on the majority of the Horus Heresy books, but it's like if you want to try it, you can do that one. You could do that one. You could
Probably
do
should
a few
save
of them.
some of this when we go just slightly through because again with that
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
do if we do a tier list where we talk about the actual books, that will take an entire like 2 hours. 'Cause
Oh,
it's so
yeah.
long. The Primarch was an
Primarch's-
anthology
It's
one.
okay. The entire.
It's
art
nothing
for that is pretty
special.
Cool, but just
that
those
whole
Yeah.
artwork is like the most iconic artwork of
Yeah.
the Primarchs. I feel like
It's
Yeah.
like it's like the
multiple
Last
together.
Supper, but for Warhammer.
Yeah,
I think it's got to go here then.
Someone said their
That's
first
A-tier.
book was The War of Armageddon. That is
That's
a
a good first book.
crazy. That book is the most. It deals well with scale in terms of you actually feel like a very very small like it generally as a space marine you kind of feel like we're like from their
Oh,
perspective
Crimson
we're
Glory.
powerful.
You've done it. Crimson Glory, $20. Thank you, sir. Egg, and for the group, Marathi from Warhammer or Sylvanas Sylvanas from Warcraft. Who is the best goth elf mommy? We all know what
Colin.
Colin's.
Yeah, we know what Colin's
Well,
going to be.
I already
It's got to
made
be
my-
Marathi. I
made
haven't
mine.
played World of
It'll be Marathi.
Warcraft or Warcraft.
I know who
in
that is. I
general,
know
I
the
haven't either,
characters.
but I know the
but
character
I do
design.
know who
I
you're
get
talking
it.
about.
Fear to Tread is the next
It's
one. This
cool
is
design.
It's
Scott. Is
A-tier, I
this?
think. It's really
It's not
cool.
Scott. It's Kabanda and
Thunder
Sanguinius.
and Sanguinius. It's
I
gotta
think it
go
could have been
surely
cooler,
here.
but it is.
It could have been. I think it should be
Yeah.
slightly more zoomed out, but
Yeah.
it is cool. This one, like if you actually own the book and you look at it like in person, it
Mhm.
does look cool.
And everyone in chat, please let us know if you have the same start book as me for the Horus Heresy, which is have not read it.
They can't do
Yeah.
extra
think-
rap battles, but they can do all Horus Heresy novels. Truly, we live in a society.
Yeah,
We in fact
rigged.
live in a
Sorry,
society.
bro.
Rigged.
Do you think,
Oh,
Colin,
gosh.
you actually will like just straight up read a Horus Heresy before you think at this point?
I'm gonna
It's
be
not
honest
even-
at this point. I missed the hype because it's almost over. And like I've said before, it's like I have the same opinion I have about the Horus Heresy as I do CRPGs. The books can be as great or as bad or whatever as they want. I don't care for Space Marines. This is the
Yeah.
Space Marine series.
Yeah.
Nothing
Very
is going
fair.
to make me like want to read it.
The next one is Shadows of Treachery. It's annoying because this one is actually much better zoomed out. The bit they
Yeah.
zoomed in on there is because actually showing it's like Imperial Fist like breaching into a Iron Warrior.
It's just
Yeah,
another
it's-
punching in space, which is cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, Andy. Kitchen Bratland for HH. Just read the con books. You don't need anything else. I thought you should know of that
Yeah.
comment.
The Scars. Just the it's not Horus. No, not the thing of Scars. I think the Jagdai Khan Primarch book. Sorry, that one is actually pretty. Like you can just read the Primarch novels. They're just like
Yeah, to be fair, the
self-encapsulated.
Primarchs are quite self-contained and they're fun.
They're a different kind of book series though.
And they don't really tend to be in that era. It's all like, here's my origin or here's a thing I did. And they're usually Great Crusade era. So you can listen to them and be like, oh, that's a fun story. And it's, again, self-contained.
Angel Exterminator. I honestly,
Cool. Fulgrim looks kind of goofy in the background.
yeah, he looks. You can't even see him. There, he looks.
Yeah.
It looks weird. I honestly think it's top of B.
Yeah.
And the thing that holds it back again is like the kind of like weird green color they chose for it.
But again, at least it does the job of contrasting a bit with it. It could have been a better pick, but it gives it that unique, like, oh, it's a weird alien world. And when you see it zoomed out and the Emperor's children are in there, like
battling
pinky
the wraith
purple,
stuff.
it really contrasts
it is a cool
well.
one.
The full artwork of that goes
Yeah.
very hard.
Yeah,
Betrayer's S tier,
Constructs.
100%.
Betrayer.
One of the
Great cover.
coolest covers in the whole series, I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Maybe the
Yeah.
coolest one. It's top of S tier.
I'd say it's better than Fear No
No
Fear,
Fear.
because again, it's Fear No. Yeah, because even when it's zoomed out, it's just that
It's so
seeing the
difficult to
Ultramarine
read about Cal.
bounding in the air, like,
The Battle for Calth is a weird like read to find. Yeah, Mark of Calth. This one, unfortunately, this one's a
Right,
bit.
I guess, but
It's a bit mid.
It's got that again. I know they're all kind of computer generated.
I'd say
like,
C actually. I think it's in.
yeah,
Is
they
it
have
is
a
next to
hard time
Fallen
with the
Angels?
faces. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. But you look at, like, for example, the two here. It's like Solon looks way better than
Yeah.
Remus. He just.
But Mark of
what's
Calth
going on
came
with the smooth
way later
face?
than the Flight
Yeah,
of the
that's why it's
Eisenstein.
so
It's
weird.
like
even just the
years.
detail in the armor. It's like it's so muddy
Weird.
and like colorless, and then you got this.
It is an
What
anthology,
happened?
to be fair, we should say. Which anthology ones seem to be a bit weird.
Oh,
Vulcan Lives.
Lives,
The
that
cover
goes
is
hard.
actually
That
pretty
art goes
hard.
iconic.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
it's
it's.
a good idea.
Is it better than Legion? Is it better than Legion?
Yes.
Legion,
Ah,
I
good
mean, I still
hammer.
think
You
Legion.
know, I actually, I would,
Alright,
I
yeah,
think, yeah, I'd
if-
bump up Legion.
Yeah,
bump-
it is. It is also one of the best Horus Heresy books.
Oh,
So-
I wish I could just do
Legion's
Alfaris
so good.
tomorrow as a book, just because of how good the like reading Alpha Legion 1 is like the proper like let him cook
Mhm.
moments and
Mm.
Warhammer stuff. Oh, Unremembered
Nice.
Empire. This one is
Yeah.
S tier.
Is it?
This sang-
What?
because it's Sanguinius and the Gilliman
They
and like
look
the whole
goofy.
McCrag
They
City.
look goofy.
Hal, I
It-
need to say again, you're thinking too much about how cool it is in the lore. We're looking
No,
at
I
the
actually
artwork
like
right
the
now.
cover.
They look
I genuinely
goofy.
like the cover.
They look like they're
quite
like
a
toy
lot.
soldiers.
Do you like the cover
Yeah, they
because
are
of the
weird
art,
looking.
or do you like it
The book
because
is
it's
actually not-
Sanguinius and Gilliman?
The book is actually funny enough not.
Oh,
I
incoming
got another
backup.
donation.
15 more squiggly lines. Thank you, sir. Kind of a random question, but who would you want to be the next big bad / goods after Tyranids? For me, it's either Orcs or Eldar.
Dude, I want the
Eldar would be
orcs to be the
cool.
main
I don't know
threat.
how
Eldar
it
the big
happened.
bad.
But I would
You
like to
said
see
big
an-
bad or good.
Yeah, I'd say Necrons. That's probably they deserve that spot. I think.
I
To be
want-
honest, I just want to see an alliance between the Drukhari and the Craft Worlds, just because at some point they've got to go right. We've got to do something. Like,
Yeah, well,
surely
that's
if we
what
can
you-
line
that's
up
what the
like-
all
Inari
these
is
and you'd
lesser
have
supposed to
races
be,
are getting
right?
a little bit nuts.
and you'd have the friction between those two factions. Like, I don't like how you're skinning that civilian, but I kind of need you, and like that would be a really interesting way to bring the Eldar back as like a unified force of like
Well,
we
that
got
c-
the
that-
nice boys and the hot topic nasty people as well. And the
Oh,
Imperium's
yeah.
like Gilliman's there going like, I'm not happy of raids. What do you want me to do?
Well, I'm
Get
glad you said you've
squats? No.
reigned, because that could have been the Inari books, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
Hmm.
but
Scars,
GW.
Oh,
Jagatai Khan roaring at you.
To be honest, the art itself, when it's zoomed out again, it's cool
It's
having all
cool,
of
yeah.
the white skulls beating each other up,
But
and it
zoomed
looks better
in,
than some of the. I think it looks better than Unremembered Empire and.
It's a little bit
Again, it's
unsaturated,
legible.
funny enough. I think a lot of them have that.
Yeah.
That's why I actually
Yeah.
like the Unremembered Empire one, because it actually is full of color and it stands out a
Yeah.
lot more.
Mhm.
Like,
It's just
I'm
the
actually not. It's not
face
my
is a bit
favorite
more-
book in the Horus Heresy. Although Gilliman is
Yeah.
pretty good in it.
I also don't like how in that cover you got you can see the scale difference, but the little guys are kind of hard to. They're easy to miss. Where you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
I
you
didn't
Yeah,
even
like
notice
there's
the
like little
guy there.
humans.
I still don't think
It's
that
hard
cover
to-
deserves A tier even, but yeah, it is
I'm
what
a
it
big
is.
fan of it. I'm a big fan of it.
Put it
Oh, it's better than Deliverance Lost.
No, it's
Mm.
way more legible. Look at that.
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
Ah,
I like the color. It's just they have janky faces. And again, like,
Agree
look at the
to
difference in the
disagree.
faces.
Yeah.
What's happened?
Poor old Corax's face, though. It's like ugly. I didn't mean
It's
to.
a Corax.
Vengeful
Spirit.
Spirit,
anyway.
This one's pretty cool.
Great.
I just
color.
read this
I'd
book.
say.
I think it's better than the Age of Darkness. Is it S tier though?
Maybe not.
I
But
think
it's
top,
pretty
top of A
iconic.
tier for me, I think.
Definitely.
It's
top
again,
right.
it suffers with
The-
the problem of desaturation in the
And super
background.
zoomed in. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the only problem I have with it is it's one of those pieces of artwork that really makes you appreciate how Space Marines would really look inside their armor, because Horus is an egg.
hmm Speaking
Yeah,
of
he does
egg,
He's a
look-
little egg.
speaking of egg, there's one
Oh,
egg here.
boy.
Egg.
Is there anyone who isn't Crimson Glory who would like to contribute to the egg fund, or you guys just gonna you guys gonna just keep emptying this guy's bank account for your own pleasure?
Yes. Now, as much as this book kind of sucks, the cover is cool. So it's
It's a
like a bunch of
cool
iron
lizard
hand salamanders
alien.
fighting like
Big
aliens.
snake monster.
It is better
It's
than
kind of
it's
hard to
B
read
tier.
though. Like,
It is in B tier at least.
yeah,
Is it
bottom
though?
of B, I think though.
Yeah, I
guess.
think B tier
Yeah.
is deserving.
It's not
It's a
like
cool design.
it's not as crap as C tier. Like it's
Again,
really
I know there is an iconicness to the way they do the text slab, but on here it really doesn't do that piece of art any favors, because it's like, oh look, he's got like a billboard on his
An
forehead.
anti-egg
Oh.
fund.
Do you know how I know this actually this cover art is better than it deserves to be? Is because it actually makes the book look like you want to read it, and you
Mm.
don't want to read that book because it's honestly like a waste of time, and it actually doesn't contribute at all to the Horus Heresy. It's like a self-contained planet
Yeah,
book
it's like
thing.
a really forgettable book. It's like, oh,
Legacies of Betrayal zoomed in on a few. That's
Lucius
Lucius,
is
Khan.
Okay, Karn
It's
and-
just for the tier of characters they have on that cover, it's not as good as it should be.
Oh,
I think it's probably
this
like
guy.
here,
Yeah.
because at least
Harry
they're
wants
legible.
to pay. Harry wants to pay for me to not eat the egg.
Damn.
Bro, Crimson
Thank you.
donated like $100, bro. It's gonna cost you, man. Like
I think we're
the egg is
past
probably happening today. I'm not gonna lie.
this.
Deathfire.
This is a cool one. I
It
like
is a
this
cool one. This one, to be fair.
Yeah,
Again, like
Fire.
a lot
It's
of them, I
got
do wish.
salamanders and it's got fire and they have a hammer.
yeah.
I just wish it was a
Yes,
little bit
Steve.
more legible, like just a
Yeah,
tiny bit
fair.
more. But it is
But
still
it is
cool.
Oh, my boy Yasugai. That's an iconic look.
Again, like
The zoomed out picture is cool.
it
but
doesn't
this
drive
one's
me
just-
crazy. This one,
I-
but it's legible.
No.
It's super
I
legible.
want to put
Like,
it like
that's-
here though.
That's again with the thing, like artists need to either like downplay how bulky Space Marine armor is, or they need to
Yeah.
like modify, like with the Space Marine game where they made it a little bit thinner than
Crimson
the models
Glory, bro,
are. Because when
please.
you see it like that, it's like,
Thank
oh
you.
god, that's a
Thank you, Crimson, for
Thank
the
you, Crimson.
$20.
Thank
Egg,
you,
exclamation mark, and which 40K series has the best audiobooks? I mean, Horus Heresy is pretty hard to
I mean,
to
the only thing about Horus
combat,
Heresy though is
but-
only one voice actor per book, whereas I really like the Watchers of is it Watchers
Yeah.
of
The
the Throne,
Throne.
where they have multiple people
Yeah,
voicing
just
the
gonna take my
characters.
headphones off.
They have
I'm
like
gonna-
3 or 4, and it's really good
It's-
with Valerian.
Kane has his audiobooks too. Those are solid.
And there are on Audible, you can also get like audio drama collections, which have like the sound effects, multiple actors. Like there's a really good one with I think it's the Knights Errant series, and it's the bit where Garviel Loken's being imprisoned on Caliban, and Luther's there. And you can hear the rattling of the chains in his cell and the rain hitting the brickwork, and it's like, oh, it's so immersive. And yeah, I love that stuff.
Unironically,
Coming out
though,
really big compilations.
it's not 40K, but the audio drama of anything with Gotrek in it, because Brian
Oh,
Blessed
yes.
is like,
Mm.
Oh,
Brian
yeah.
Blessed!
Yes,
And he's,
Brian Blessed.
I think
Just-
Crimson Glory's emptied half his bank account at this point. I think
Yes.
he deserves an egg. I'm
I
not
think it's
gonna
egg
lie.
time.
Shall I
Thank
go
you,
to-
Drew.
do you want
I
should we get to the
think
end?
it's
Should we get to
Golden Arm with the
Oh,
5?
no.
Is that a euro? I
Crimson's
think
not
that's a euro.
alone, but thank you, Golden
I
Arm.
can't
Arm.
match their
Crimson-
dedication.
Okay, I don't
Egg.
think we should make them wait for the end of the egg. I think
You, you don't want to
we
wait to
can
the end.
egg. We can
Egg.
egg.
Like, while you're
They might have
cracking it, do we
places
want to
to
go
be and
through
things to do.
Pharaohs?
We
The
can
law
give
of
it-
large numbers. Throw enough eggs and one will
No.
land in Eli's mouth.
Wait,
BRB egging Eli's house. I don't know where he lives, or else I would. Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
I don't.
Why do you
wanna,
volunteer
but
yourself
we're
for
gonna-
this, dude?
Hey, the man donated. I have water this time.
Yeah, be careful.
Good, that's
I don't
big.
want you hurting yourself.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'll eat
I
some
feel-
nuts with solidarity.
I'm not
for you.
full. I'm not hungry anymore. But here you go.
Oh,
Okay.
oh no.
What?
Oh, I don't know
You're the
what.
best.
Egg time. Egg time.
Nothing's gonna
Never get it down. Oh,
Did you just eat that whole thing?
the whole shell. Oh. Oh no. Is that your last egg? Oh.
Just do look. No.
No spit take.
All right.
Oh my god.
Look, just water in here.
No.
The egg is real. Not even that.
No, wow. Thank you.
Ugh,
Every time I look at
Egg in the
it
chat,
was
please.
bad.
Egg in chat.
that was much better than last time. That was still so
Mm.
horrible. I had to suck down the yolk like 3 times because there's just more and more every time.
Oh my. Okay.
Every time I look back at the camera, I can
that
really
was for you,
appreciate that I have
Crimson Glory.
shit
That was for
buster.
you,
Yeah,
bro.
Crimson Glory.
Thank you, Crimson Glory.
And everyone
An
else who's
egg.
donated to the egg
Bok.
fund.
Bok and egg.
Bless you. Great googly moogly.
And I'll just
Bro.
read speed through the rest of these so Eli
Go
can.
and make his bet funds. Holy crap. Well, his car is fullest kitchen table in his bedroom. Oh,
Fuck you.
Oh god.
Right.
Pharos.
is S tier.
Is it
Look at this
though?
chunky boy.
What is with you, Andy?
He's so. Wait, hold on. Can you honestly say there is a more iconic like chunk in any art? Like, look at that.
Alexis
chunky
I think
boy.
you
Pollux
just really like
is-
Horus Heresy.
And I like how you can see the difference between the normal and the big hand. So it's not like,
It
oh,
is
look, his
cool.
actual hands. Like,
Yeah,
oh, look,
I'll-
you can
I'll
see a
allow it.
clear distinction. It's well framed. It's got
Future-
great contrast with the background.
Future
It's a
Crimson Fist.
hero pose, laurel wreath. It's great. It's perfect. He's so chunky. He's like an egg.
Thank you, Harry Ballantyne, saying he didn't expect to hear the chewing of the egg.
Yeah, that was.
I think a little bit came up on the lip and
It's
then went
fine, I
back in.
feel-
Poems will be
feeling
written
good,
about
boys.
that moment.
I don't know if
Crunch
I
of
think
the egg
Pharos
from his teeth.
is very much. I don't think it's better than the No Fear Gilliman smacking a guy in space.
But it's more legible. I
Yeah,
mean, that's a cooler idea and a cooler pose, but the execution's not as good because it's like, what's going on? I can't see.
I think
text
No
in the
Fear
way.
is
what the rest
better.
of you
I
boys
can't see
think.
the background.
I think No Fear is better because there's cool
Yeah.
blood and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
I
No
disagree.
Fear. No Fear is like one of the memes where it's like dudes will look at this and just say hell yeah, and then like yeah, hell yeah.
Well, then they can see what
every
it is.
reply
That's
hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Someone
Pharos,
saying
Pharos is not a hell yeah.
they want you to do
Pharos is
Halo
just-
lore,
He's
Colin. By the way,
Mm.
I'll put in there.
I mean, I'm happy to do Halo lore.
Oh,
Oh,
ever
it
cool,
might
awesome
be-
goblin guy. There is
I'm working
a
on Halo
rewind
lore
button,
for my
bro.
own
It's
channel.
okay. There is a rewind button for the
It's at
stream.
5
You can just
like
go
less
back
than 5
and you can
minutes
go back
ago.
and watch it.
Mm.
You can't.
Eye
use
of
it,
Terror.
You can always
2 minutes ago.
rewind.
Eye of Terror. I wish this one was more legible because it's the Emperor
can't
and
tell what's going
Horus
on.
fighting. It's the Emperor and Horus together.
There's too much. I can't really.
I'd say it's above Shadows of
Primarchs. Is it-
Treachery, surely.
It's also kind of
Actually,
weird
yeah.
because it makes Horus look like a good guy. He's like wreathed in white light.
Oh, this is
from
set.
his perspective.
Wasn't that
Yeah,
when
this
he
is-
was like?
This is
the
another
Ulanor Crusade.
anthology. This is another anthology, and that's the only opening short story that actually features them in it. The rest of them are all completely different. But it is Horus and the Emperor fighting a massive
Check.
orc.
Can you
And-
think of different things for me to eat next time, please? I'll go buy a cube of wasabi or
eggs.
something, bro. It's like the eggshell is just not very. But I mean, the egg's good for me though. To be fair, so
Path of
Just in
Heaven.
the Rambo thing.
This is
That's
the Khan fighting a Slanesh demon.
it's okay.
The Slanesh demon in this
Khan's
doesn't look
cool, but-
that Slanesh-y, weirdly enough.
It's like
like,
it's kind of it's
that
the
doesn't
old.
look
It's
very
the old.
Slanesh.
Keeper
It's
of
like
Secrets design.
desaturated and red.
Yeah,
It's
but
the
look at
old.
that
It's the old
forehead.
model though. It's the old metal Keeper of Secrets model.
I do love it though.
It is cool though.
I
Just
give
because
it
of
a
his
name.
pose and the action, you can see what's going on.
I'd put
You can see
it
the size difference.
just below Scars because of Scars'
Yeah.
legibility.
Because again, the detail's good. He has a bit of a weird face, but then he's also got this massive tattoo. So you're like, fair enough. Yeah.
It's a weird
It's
point as
good.
well in that book
Cool,
to
yeah,
have that as the
top
cover because that's like the
Mm.
very last 5 minutes, and the rest of the book is
Mm.
Mortarion versus the Khan.
Kind of clickbaity.
Yeah.
Consumer
something
nervo
different.
model. No, I do not want plastic in my digestive system. There's already enough of that in all of our blood, I'm sure.
Yeah,
so it's
not
just,
food.
dude.
Silent Wall.
It's not. It doesn't go
It's
crazy,
okay.
but it is
I
legible.
like the guy holding the gun.
Oh, that's his
Space
Severian,
Wolf.
the Lunar Wolf.
Is he the Lunar Wolf
monolith,
one?
bro. No
He's the
more
Lunar
eating
Wolf.
the monolith. I remember that meme from last time.
No, no.
He's the Lunar Wolf. He's also in the Outcast Dead.
Broccoli.
He's in the background somewhere.
Is he the wait? Is Severian the one who get? Yeah, someone says he gets his. Is he the one who basically Horus? You know, I don't want to spoil it, but Horus does the 2-pronged attack on him. I think, or is that another one of the Lunar Wolves? Or
You're thinking of
Hold
Yacht
on,
on
two
Cruise, I
fronts.
think. This is like the
Yes.
latent Psyker who becomes one of the Grey Knights.
Rank which
Ah.
Horus books you would prefer to eat. Okay.
I'd eat all of the Salamander's books.
The shorter ones, I guess.
Because if I could eat a Salamander's book, that prevents someone from reading
Honestly,
it.
Shadows
Aw.
of Treachery because that's like small.
Praetorian of Dorn. I would eat every copy of Praetorian of Dorn just to get it out of the
Eat all the Law Crimes members.
Oh, $20 from
Crimson Glory.
Glory again.
Thank
Bless
you.
you, sir. You're
Thank you.
keeping War Crimes alive. You are the best at Eli. Go get tested for salmonella. And if I say egg again, it's for the meme, not for you to eat another one. Also, Colin, you should check out the band Shadow of Intent. The album Reclaimer is.
Is that a
awesome.
Halo band?
Sounds like it.
So all I'm saying is raw eggs. The risk of being a salmonella is pretty low. It's like 99%.
Thank you, Crimson
chance
Glory.
that it's
Thank you.
That is fine. We got
It's the
pretty good
shell
eggs
that
over here
keeps
too.
the-
One Brussels sprout for every $10. I don't know if that's punishment.
If it's
enough.
cooked, it's enjoyable.
Oh,
It's cooked,
Angel of
yeah,
Caliban. This is
spread
S
and
tier.
tasty.
S tier,
great
Angel of
colour.
Caliban,
Yeah,
Conrad
the
Kurz,
Okay,
and the
okay,
Lion.
but wait, the lion looks really goofy in this.
He
Oh,
does,
he
but
has
He
that-
looks really goofy.
but it is
what's his
cool.
name? What's his name?
But what's
from
the night?
Fight
What's
Club who had
Conrad
long hair
doing?
for a while?
What's Conrad doing? He's got
she's
his.
just scored him across his arm. He's like, eh.
I think it's
You see the
A
scratch mark.
tier. It's like the lion has a bad like shave for some reason.
I
He's
know.
got
he-
weird facial
no, no.
hair,
Lions
and it's
Barber
like-
fucked him up, and
Yeah.
Conrad is going for like a Dragon Ball Z punch out.
It's-
pose,
Yeah.
okay,
which
come-
would
but
look
it's
good if
still-
it wasn't.
It's still
You
cool.
made
It's
an Eli
legible.
egg meme. Where do you post? Send it to me on Instagram and Deadlist for the Dark Gods. That's my Instagram. I'll pull it up.
Which 40k character would you realistically subdue and consume like that egg?
What? Oh,
Euphrates
gosh,
Keeler.
I
Huh.
What?
I don't know why. I have no idea. Fuck a
Why
taker.
not?
I could take her.
Who would I consider? Okay.
the
I know it says like you probably despise this book, Eli. Praetorian of Dawn is still a really good cover.
It's
Oh,
yeah,
it's
it's
cover-
best
cover
one of the
art
best
does go
covers out
hard.
there. It's
S
finally
tier.
a
It's gotta
zoomed in
be up
cover
there.
of a full art picture that actually looks
It's gotta
good.
be like there.
It's top
surely.
of S tier, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
It's
that
so
goes hard.
good.
It's legible.
Alpharius looks so
it's
cool in
bold.
it.
Some
I'm
I
glad
like the
Alpharius
The
free-
is
sword
nice.
is awesome too. It's not the real Alpharius, bro. Surely you're not the real one this time, bro.
It's like our Skaven voices finally came in. For
Cora
people joining
has-
now, watch the beginning with all the Skaven stuff.
All right, like
Yes.
This one
I'm
kind of
holding-
looks like if they took
that
a
one is
picture of
cooler
the
than the
model.
other art of Korax.
Yeah.
I feel like if they took a picture of the model and
that's
just
it.
like put it through a computer program and that's the artwork.
Because
So
there are
it's not that
people
nice,
have
but-
done art renditions of Korax that look like incredible. So it's just
Mhm.
something can be done with
Consume
Korax.
Shadow
though.
Sun, okay.
Although I did see an image recently of like Tukel and that cover art. I can't remember which one, but
That
you
has
can
been
it's
sent.
like got
Okay, let me look.
the blobby CGI version. So they've obviously like made them in a computer and then they just like paint on top of the models in 3D. But that also makes it look. A bit
Someone
easier.
again, someone needs to do a thing where they
Oh,
remake all
you've sent me
these.
stuff on Instagram before. I didn't know that was you. Nice. If like, that's a good meme. I don't know if I can really see it on. It says A consumed like the Dark Souls text. Probably, yeah, you see it
Nice.
there. That's a
Like when
good.
you're
Thank
doing
you,
the bonfire link.
Mr. DJ. I wonder if I'll download this.
Angels of
Very,
Cala
very good.
Beg. Oh
What
god.
about Mom?
Someone said I would drop kick the lion if someone asked me to. It wouldn't take a lot of convincing. What happened, C. Jenkins?
This guy's the epic god.
Oh, Master of
Last Goblin got
Mankind.
Real.
Mum.
S tier,
No,
S tier,
Mom.
absolute S tier. Master of Mankind.
All right, I'm gonna fight for bottom of S tier though.
Okay.
I-
No,
Hear me
it's
out.
it's
I
better
need you
than
to hear me out.
Pharos.
I need you to hear me out.
Yeah.
The only like solidly like attention grabbing great thing is the Emperor, and it's very good.
Yes.
It's very well designed. Yeah, those two custodians down there, just like they look like they're just walking around like,
That's
like
just
do I got jaws?
Says, yeah,
All right, well,
It's-
I do like it
custodians-
more than Pharaoh.
All I
If it
see
was
is gold.
zoomed
All I
in
can
a
see is
little-
gold on the people in this
Yeah.
image, and I hate it.
The sword looks cool, but it kind of looks like fire.
I think if it was
It is
zoomed
better
in
than
just a
Pharos.
little bit
I
more,
don't know.
and then you
Yeah.
cut.
It's
cut
better
it
than
a bit more.
Pharos. I
Goblin
can
guy
live with
says
that.
Oh,
the
he's
the
so
ends.
chunky.
It's not
The
better
ends-
than the Emperor.
Yes, it is. Look at
Egg.
it.
It's absolutely
beautiful.
not better than the Emperor.
Egg.
Beautiful, and I will
Pharos
not
is
lose him.
Pharos is literally A tier, bro. He's clinging
No,
to,
he's
to
so
strings up
good.
there.
And it, like,
He's lucky to be up
Andy,
there.
I'm with you
He's
here. I love
lucky
the
to be
egg.
up there.
I know he's brilliant.
honestly,
glorious.
the copium here is like it's
No,
being
per-
huffed.
Look,
I agree, Hal. I agree,
Colin,
Hal.
Colin's just
I
here.
agree.
Colin's just
Hero
literally egging it on because of the shits and giggles. You
Big
are
50
so
egg man.
wrong about this. This
Like
man is out
Garrow.
of proportion. He's built like a
Garrow.
fucking fridge.
Okay,
Garrow.
Garrow's cool. Garrow's
I-
cool.
Arrow goes next.
What is his
Nah.
arm doing?
Yeah,
What is
Garrow's
his left
S tier.
arm doing? Why is it
Holding a
hanging like that?
It's on the book.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Why the book
Garrow's
is not
S
that
tier.
heavy? Why is he holding it like that?
Alexis
Got big
Pollock's
shoulders.
built like a burst
Oh,
oil barrel drum.
jeez.
This is, I will give it credit. That is exactly what I mean when I say they need to change how Space Marine armor looks, because that one actually looks like I can see that man moving around and doing things
Yeah.
in it. As
to
opposed
be
to
fair,
Pharaohs, where he is
like-
an egg.
But to be fair, like lore-wise, he had to have bigger armor because he's huge.
Oh,
Even
he
though
he's-
he
he
met
has, like, a
Gilliman at
special
eye
suit.
level. Like
Yeah,
he's
so he has like a
ridiculously big.
rigged up. Like we took a bit
I'm-
of Terminator armor, and he's it's a bit.
It's
of a
not
mix
better than the Master of
Alright, my
Mankind. I will
response
actually
is
not
it's
let
not.
that go.
And just because you like the character.
No,
Even
the
if you-
Master of Mankind
even if-
book cover is way better
No,
than
no,
Pharos.
I'm agreeing with you,
Hold on,
Hal. I'm
hold on.
agreeing with you, Hal.
Like just look at the hands between the two. Well defined.
Oh,
visually
I'm
quite-
also gonna
can't see it. Can't
Such a
see it.
meme.
Blends
Even if there's a
together.
reason for something being goofy, that doesn't make it not goofy. Like he can
Hmm.
have all the reason he needs to
Yeah,
have his big
yeah, I
chunk
agree.
armor. He
He's-
still has big chunk goofy armor.
yeah.
It's
He also-
Pharos
his arm doesn't look like it can move past like this point.
Yeah.
It gets stuck here.
Pharos
Oh, he's like
shouldn't
one of
even-
those punchy robots.
It shouldn't even be an S tier, but if it's in the S tier,
No,
it's
it's
the
not. It
bottom of
should
S
be
tier.
A tier,
Pharos.
bro.
No, Pharos
I
should be
love it
bottom of
because
S
it's
tier.
stupid.
We
That looks
we-
stupid as hell, and I'm here for it.
What about Garrow? Where's Garrow going?
I can leave him there. I can live with that.
I think he should be above here because again, it's
It's-
that.
If you ask most people, they're going to say most people who maybe don't even know Warhammer, they're going to say Angels of Caliban looks way better as a cover than Garrow.
Yeah.
And Master of
Well,
Mankind is way better than Pharos. Honestly, it's,
No, it's
so...
not.
Yeah.
Crimson Glory donated $2 and said,
Thank
"To
you,
derail
Crimson.
chat, what are y'all's favorite music genre?"
Oh,
EDM, baby,
metal and
EDM.
electronic.
I'm a noise marine through and through. EDM and
Metal.
heavy metal. but
Shattered
mostly EDM.
Legions.
This is a cool one. I like. This
I
one.
wish this book cover
Why
was
does that
slightly
man have an
harder.
one.
orange? Why does he have an orange blob for a head? What am I?
They're
what am I
all
looking at there?
they're gun flare.
That's kind of obnoxious.
It's not S tier as a
Okay.
book
It's
cover.
A tier, I think. I think it's A
It's
tier.
the bottom of
somewhere
A.
in A tier.
You know what?
just
It's
there.
underneath Unremembered Empire, at least. It's like at the very bottom of A tier, but it's better than the Horus
Yeah.
one. Because
Again, it's too far out to see what's going on.
I wish that one was better because that book is actually kind of good.
Oh, this one though, jeez, I can't.
This one is- this one
the
is
same as
D.
these ones.
I can't even.
Yeah.
What am I
You
looking
can't
at?
even-
Oh god.
it's actually just way
Alright.
too zoomed in.
His
And
proportions are
sucks.
also so weird.
I
Yeah,
put it above 1,000 Suns at least
Yeah.
because he has better than the stupid
Yeah,
dual.
but it
ions.
makes it look like his legs are like a quarter of his size.
He's a squid.
I mean,
he's just
He's
a
like
squat.
sitting down in doing his
He's a
spell or
Votan.
something.
I
Yeah,
don't even know. I feel like that should be above just because of the color contrast. So yeah,
It is
maybe
better.
we were too harsh on. Fulham.
Maybe it's. I think Crimson King is below Horus Rising.
Okay, the Iron Hands guy in Fulgrim looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Hmm.
I'm just,
Yeah.
I feel
Tank.
like
Kalarn.
oh, that's
Easy
A
to
tier,
see.
bro. That looks cool. That's a
No,
cool.
at
That's a
least
cool
B
tank.
tier. It's just a tank. It's just cool. Like it's not trying to be. It's just
Yeah, you're
just
right.
cool. It's
Yeah.
a big tank.
Is
Yeah,
it better
I think it's probably
than?
better than
B
here?
B tier even.
Yeah.
but it
Are you telling me it's better than Angel Exterminatus, Heretic,
Yes.
or War Without End?
Harry
Yes, 'cause
Ballington
it's just a big
says
tank.
It's the only one that's just tank. And you're like, oh, cool, tank. And
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
yeah,
Compared to all the other covers, which one? If all the covers of the books are in front of like just a regular person, they're not going to go tank.
And the thing is, as well, it doesn't have that uncanniness of having a face. It's like, oh, it's a tank, and I could imagine that as a real-looking tank for.
Yeah,
to an
when
it's
you
like,
look
it's
at the
just-
It
Horus
looks
Heresy
so
faces,
skippable.
They look so goofy.
I'm not gonna lie, the book looks so
whereas, like,
skippable.
You look at Perturabo with his like
Yeah.
nose tubes, and you're like, I don't know. It was like, oh, tank.
Of all the things I could get
I'm
someone
on
to
the same
read a
page.
Warhammer book, it would
Look,
not be that cover.
From
True.
before I got into Warhammer and I was looking at all these Horus Heresy novels and not knowing what the hell I was looking at, I would look at some of the faces, like Horus Rising, some of the other ones, and be like,
Yeah.
these
Age
faces
of Darkness.
look
He looked
horrendous. I don't
Oh,
want to
look.
read these because
Tunk.
it looks so bad.
Tunk. Done.
Oh, we got a comment from Harry Ballantine. He says, "If Eli has 100 eggs, I am one of them. If Eli has one egg, it is me. If Eli has no eggs, Crimson Glory has emptied his bank account and I have been consumed." It's a very good comment. And then DJ Beast is going to bed. He says, hopefully I don't miss the epic rap battles tier list. Don't worry, bro. You
It's
can
not
rest
this
assured.
sweet.
Good night, bro.
Good night.
Oh, this one, Ruinstorm is D,
Ruinstorm.
is actually the bottom of D. The lion looks, it's the most horrific
He
book
does look
cover.
weird.
Do
but
they
I
do
would
they
say-
use the computer program to?
Can we
make
zoom in on
this?
that one?
Yeah,
a little bit,
because
Andy?
here's the thing. I might be able to find it later on, but I saw one where it's literally you can see the kind of blobby, chunky versions, and they obviously take the models and then they paint them afterwards. I'll see if I can find it.
Huh.
Yeah,
Um,
I
You
hate
got-
the lion's beard there. Why is it black?
Yeah, it's so
They just
horrific.
can't get the line right in any of his artwork, too.
hmm.
Like,
Apart from
what
the
the
new
heck?
book, The Lion, Some of the
yeah,
Forest
that
is
doesn't
good.
that doesn't count though.
The thing
By
is,
the-
though, when
well,
you
yeah, that's new lion.
but when you
How do
like,
you have a black
see the
beard and
zoomed out
blonde hair?
version, it's like it's a shame because Gilliman looks fine to an extent.
Yeah, he does
Sanguinius
actually.
looks okay.
Although
And when it's zoomed
yeah.
out, you see all the demons rushing in. It's all like on one side of a big landscape. And oh, it looks good. And then, oh no,
Can I
Ryan,
just?
why have you got
It's a crime against
beard
Warhammer,
like
honestly.
that?
That is
You're
a
supposed to
law
be
crime.
blonde. What's going on?
It's more of a personal gripe. I don't like when, pardon me, Sanguinius has like the curly
Ooh.
hair.
What's going on here? Oh god,
We zoomed in
There
too
we go.
much. There we go.
We went
I
too
was zooming
deep.
out and it went all the way to the bottom for some reason.
Oh, Old Earth is the next one. On
Old Earth.
as much as I don't like the book, the cover is still nice though. The cover is
goes
good.
through
nice
of
enough.
compared to the other Primarchs with this
Yeah.
style of art, he looks nice.
I'd say
Big
it's more
man with a big
correct.
hand.
You know, it's better than Deathfire, surely.
Where's
It does
the-
still just look like they
yeah.
took a picture of the model and made
Yeah.
it kind of into
It's-
art.
It's got
but
that 90s
It's weirdly
PC
realistic.
cinematic look.
It's a little bit unoriginal,
Yeah.
but it's still nice.
I mean,
It's
yeah, but it serves its function for a book cover. Like a
And to
big
be
man,
fair,
big
when you-
hammer gets your attention.
when you look at like the armor and stuff, you're like, oh, that's actually quite nice. I like the textures and oh, look at the
Yeah.
hammer. Oh, that's a cool. That's a cool right there.
a little bit of weirdness on his left hand side. There's like an uncanny, unhelmeted
Yeah.
Salamander. It looks a bit funky.
There's, God, I can't remember his name.
Next one. Oh,
S tier.
this
S
S tier.
It's nice.
Yeah, that's
colour.
awesome. That is
It's
awesome.
great.
Big
Holy
Titans, robots.
Yeah,
I own
it's
that book.
colorful.
I actually have that book.
moly. Wow.
Oh wow.
Have you read it?
Solely because big robots on the cover. No, I
It
have
does go
not.
hard, that one.
Oh,
Titan's one of the few things in Warhammer where it's actually like genuinely like iconic. in terms
Yeah.
of.
And these ones in particular,
so
they have
cool.
like really nice, like, oh look, there's some yellows, some reds, some blues. It's like
Mhm.
a lot of the newer stuff. It's all like it's just one color
It's like
and it's
Yeah.
kind of grime. It's like
yeah.
this is just kind of
Yeah.
goofy. Like I built this in my, like I've got my Legos together kind of thing. It's like oh, it's weird
Yeah.
looking.
Do you guys
That's how
remember
Warhammer is supposed to
at
be.
Warhammer Fest there was that guy who had that massive Titan, like the
Mm.
really huge one next to like basically the play park with all the other
Yeah,
Titans.
yeah.
That was that
Yeah.
Titan basically.
I
That
gotta
thing
be
was
honest.
crazy.
I would never do it, but no small part of me wanted to just start kicking.
Yeah,
Just go in there.
Right, Eli, it was
Knock
like
them over when
it
no
was
one
5
looking.
foot tall. This Titan,
Holy
like
crap.
generally.
No, it was
Yeah.
it was like a 2 scale Imperator Titan. Or
It was
whatever.
Wow.
literally never speak
That's
to me
pretty
or my son
cool.
again kind of.
It was
Yeah.
it was pretty big. It looked like it
How
was
did he carry it around?
forklift
Crane.
probably.
Wow.
It honestly looked
Alright.
Oh, this one
Wolfsbane.
is S
It's actually
tier.
really
nice.
like
It's actually
Wolfsbane.
nice.
It's actually
They
a
did good
really
job for
pretty good.
once.
super legible.
That's a little bit higher up than
Yeah.
it deserves, I think, but it is cool. I like
It's another
horse.
one where it's like they managed to zoom in on a bigger piece of artwork and not ruin it.
Yeah. The only thing is like Lehman looks. I don't like what's the green
Yeah.
with the silver. Like I hate his armor in this one because it's like
I actually
there's not
like
enough
his shoulder.
wolf
Like,
stuff.
I actually like that, like studded.
I don't mind the I
stuff,
don't mind
like-
the
Kinda
stuff,
better
but it's just like why is
pictures.
there like bits of green and it's all one color and it kind of looks like he's not been painted. It's like an unpainted model look. I'm like, what?
Also,
is going on
isn't
there?
he's blonde in that, but then in the books
Yeah.
he's ginger.
Yeah.
So
Lehman's always changing.
Yeah,
He'll have
his
blue
hair
when he
color
comes back.
is not consistent in any of the books. It's like his luscious gold, brown,
Jeez.
ginger hair.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Flame.
Oh, Born of. I
Good
don't think I've
one.
even read. I don't even know this one.
Neither
It's
do
all
I.
right.
It's
But it's
alright.
a Salamander book.
looks
I think
cool.
it's an anthology of Salamander stories, so it's like
I
As-
like it
Bleh.
more than whatever the other Vulcan.
I don't think it's
was.
not above the
Hey.
Jagatai one, surely.
really.
As
I
a
think
book
it's
cover.
pretty good.
Actually, no, maybe it's about the same. To be fair.
It's got that legibility. It's got nice colors. It's got a bit of contrast. It's nice
Me
and
like it.
centered.
It is.
We
Not,
like
it is.
it.
It is. It is nice. Yeah, it's nice. And
It's
not.
nice.
Not. Nothing.
Shame about the book.
Shame. When people have been asking for like my comments about will you do a Vulcan video, and I'm like, you know what, I think I should do it, but then I have to read
Yeah.
the Salamander novels, and I honestly I do struggle to like bring my. I'm actually gonna cover Gilliman way before I'd ever like
Yeah.
Gilliman, Dawn, any Loyalist before, even Korax way before Vulcan.
It's a shame as well because like a lot of the Salamander's characters are all kind of the same character. You know, oh, they're just good
Yeah.
boys who do what dad says. You know, oh,
Mm.
They need
no,
a s-
just-
s- I hate to call anyone out, but the author who's in charge of that, I don't know what ideas he's got for salamanders.
I don't think anyone who writes Salamanders has good ideas for them.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
read
To be
them,
fair,
but everything I hear about Salamanders books is they're bad.
to be fair though,
Yeah.
that's not a salamander problem because White Scars, who had barely any lore, were given to the author Chris Wright, and that guy managed to turn like the obscure White Scars one note legion into one of the people's most, as in like people readers, one of the most
Yeah.
favorite legions in the entire Horror Heresy, just because of the nuance in all those books.
Mhm.
Honestly, like just reading, like, if you just read White Scar books, you would actually like, oh, this slaps
great.
hard. And again,
They're
it was
great.
because he actually found a way to make it good.
This
Slaves
one's
of
really
Darkness.
nice.
is
I
great.
love
This is
this.
S tier.
I do love
I
this
love it.
cover
That's a
because it
very
has all
nice
the
looking
you know the
cover.
demon Primarchs
It's
together.
colorful. It's
Yeah.
grand. It's got
It
cool
goes there.
designs.
Can we get a,
things
is
True.
it,
out.
we get a zoom in on that one just possibly. I want to.
We
I
can
can't
try.
remember. Is it, just
It
if
is
you
really
can.
nice.
That one doesn't quite pull off the zoom in as well as the others.
No,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
little
one
too
drops
much.
Everyone.
Like
Yeah,
Angron
but
is on the
it does
left.
I
look
You can see
appreciate
that.
that they're cutting Lorgar out mostly, but if
Oh,
you could shift it to the right a
come
little more, it'd be perfect.
I don't
Uh,
think Wolfsbane is better than Betrayer.
Maybe not.
Please.
It is
I
nice though. If you just
Please.
objectively,
Fine, just
not just the
for
books
you.
though, but like it does
There you
look
go.
nice. Wolfbane.
What is the lore reason Fulgrim is going Super Saiyan in that image? Why is it?
Oh, this
why
is the
He's a
summon-
demon now.
This is the
It's like-
summoning of all of
yeah.
the traitors before they go on to do the
They
Siege
all,
of
they
Terror.
all mass at Ulanor and they're like, we're
Yeah.
gonna do our last push.
Fair
So
enough.
this is like when Lorgar went into the warp and went, "Hey, Fulgrim, can you come with me? Can you stop doing the
Yeah.
nasty with the other demons? I need you." It's like, and he went,
Just
"Nah."
5 minutes.
Although he's
Also, do you
very,
wanna
he's
betray Horus?
very short. He's very short in this. He's smaller than Horus.
I mean, he's kind of spooled up, and it is like on a hill.
Yeah.
And you look at like Perturabo, he's behind there, and you're like, oh, that's Perty. He looks
Mhm.
tiny.
Oh, wait,
Lorgar.
Perturabo goes so hard in this book. I just want to say, Like,
It's a shame
he
he's got like
he
that
beats
the
much
one
Demon-
where he beats up Angron.
he beats up
Yeah.
Demon Angron and like
That's epic.
basically just ruins him as like just a normal Primarch. I mean, the
Oh,
Lion's done it.
Crimson Glory donated another $5 saying,
Crimson
Super
Glory.
chats have strong
Thank you,
Notice Me
sir.
Senpai vibes. Wait a minute. I might have drank too much, but still love you guys. We
Thank
love
you, Crimson Glory. We love you too.
Thank you. We love
Putting
you
our
much.
children through
appreciated.
university.
Right,
Bless you.
almost there, guys.
Almost
Heralds
there.
of the Siege. Good look.
That
It's
one's,
okay.
that one's good.
It is nice. That one's pretty nice. It's in one.
And
It's
it's
one of the
like-
few examples we actually have of
His,
Art of
Can I put it at
Dawn.
the top of A?
and his face looks actually
Yeah,
cool.
this is
he
like
had a
when
mustache.
they're just getting the hang of
Yeah.
it. Like, yeah.
He should have a mustache. That's right, Colin.
It's cool.
Gonna
There's
say
not
it.
a lot going on.
TTS nailed it. Dorn should absolutely
Yeah,
have a fucking mustache.
Truly.
Yeah.
He might get one for the scouring one day.
Ooh,
Titan
more big
Death.
Titan
robots.
Death. This
I
one,
lied.
big
I
robots.
think I made a mistake. I think that's the book I own.
that one is honestly
That's awesome.
that
Also
one
up
is
there,
so
That's
good.
super cool.
I think
Uh,
that should
big
go next to
plasma
the other
gun.
Titan one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think above.
Above
just 'cause
it.
It's like
Yeah.
I like
It's
the
like-
old one. 'cause
It's a
retro,
walking
but-
city. It's
can see
literally a
more of it.
walking city.
I wish it was a bit more to the left and down. So, like, we don't
Mm.
care about this guy. We just want to see the big guy. Almost.
I
better.
like the little guys. I like this.
He
I
gives it
think
scale,
little
yeah.
guy,
Or-
the
or even maybe,
Warhound
like,
Titan.
Just
Yeah,
position
the
it
war
a
on
bit
Titan
so you
size of a
can-
building.
You can see the difference.
standing
but-
off against.
Also, just for people listening, if you have any suggestions for future tier list ones you want us to do, again, like this one was actually the Skaven one was made from a suggestion from someone, so
Yeah.
we'd listen to your
And we
feedback.
can make some, but we need to know what to do beforehand because we don't want to spend like an hour going, right, let's put this together on stream. So we have to know before.
Yeah,
And
we
we've got
want to.
some ideas we're thinking of.
Oh.
We'll cook up.
Nick's
Knox,
Knox.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Is that you guys are my favorite Law Crimes channel? Thank you of all the Law Crimes. I think we're top three,
the best.
and by far my favorite channel with your URL.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Amazing. Last one.
Janko put when the church comes to you. I don't know if what joke that might have been referencing earlier.
Oh, that's
because the
like
Titans all have churches.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Notre
Everybody
Dame is
gangsta till the church
angry.
start
Very-
walking.
And is coming to get you.
This one looks weird.
Very
I
can't
think
tell.
that
dead
one ends on a
Mortari.
resounding mid tier.
Yeah.
I quite like
I
it.
can barely see what's
it's not
going on.
great.
from here, though.
It's
It's just
more
like
Mortari.
more green.
It's green on green.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
That's the trouble with it. It's just
Did
there's
we-
no contrast.
Did we have
Shameless is a pretty
Khan
good
walking
book.
up the stairs one? Was that
Walking up
art?
the
Oh, that's
I
Siege
think
of
those
Terror.
are all like
Siege
Siege
of
of
Terror?
Terror, which
Oh,
GW
we
in their
don't have any.
infinite We Want Money Wisdom made its own miniseries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair though, that Siege of Terror is downright one of the better. Like
Mm.
they have some of the S tier books in the entire Warhammer
I
series.
cheer every time a Primarch dies because I'm closer to not having to hear about them anymore.
Well, even Angel Boy in the last
Jeez.
one.
Squig
Yeah, I
tier
don't
list.
care
That's a
about
good.
Sanguinius.
That's a good one.
I feel like I've said that on the channel before.
Oh
and
my
I'm gonna-
I
god!
don't care about them.
I
I'm gonna write
kiss
down
my
the
framed
Squig tier
photograph of
list in
Sanguinius
our-
every night before I
in
go to
our
bed.
Discord
I'm
thing.
going to cheer. I will stream and cheer when he finally gets his head cut off.
You're gonna make me
Oh,
I
cry
know
again.
that's not what happened.
No, oh, it's so sad though. It's actually
don't-
cripplingly sad in the book.
Yeah.
Why? Because Perfect Boy died. Good for him.
No, it's just like it's just the way he is his corpse.
Oh,
Like, do you know what-
gosh.
honestly, like, ironically, I'm very glad that Ferrus Manus died as like someone who likes Iron Hand stuff because it's the best thing that ever happened to them in terms of lore. It's up their entire problems. Fantastic.
I
Yeah.
get
But, like,
sadder when I. Oh, sorry.
I was like
Cut it off.
the thing that still haunts me about it is the bit with they describe in the book like his basically headless corpse, and then
Yeah.
they all start like picketing at his dead body. I still think of like
Oh,
even
yeah.
that like still to me is like Jesus Christ, you went a bit far there, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, you can cut his head off, but leave his corpse alone, picking off like literally cutting off bits for trophies.
Tom
And it's like
Warren,
full
I
good
think
flop on the floor in front of Horus. Like, leave Ferris's body alone.
Tom Warren said, "I think they're my least favorite channel named Lorecrimes."
Yeah.
But, look, I'm just saying, I get sadder when I let a Marine die in a Halo game than I do when I hear about
Mhm.
fucking
Emperor
Demigod
Xander
with
said,
daddy issues
"You're my
dying.
second favorite
Yeah.
lore crime channel." Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Someone says
I cry every time the Elder get a book. My cheeks are very dry.
Thank you, Nick's
Feels
Knox.
bad, man.
His
Feels
tear ducts have just
bad.
disappeared now.
If you have you read any of the Eldar books, Colin?
No.
Of none of them, even Eldar enjoy.
Jeez. The Path books are
Watch
apparently
out,
really
books.
good.
Path
Yeah,
of
Path of the
I
the
Warrior,
need to do a
Path of
lot
the
of reading.
Outcast. I really
did
want
get
to
a-
read them as well. I own the Path of the Outcast. I need to get to it.
I did get a collection of Xenos drama book, so I'm assuming there's an Eldar one in there. I'll have to check what it is at some point.
The one is
I
it
feel
Path
like-
of the Archon has lots of Vect. Like there's only like
Dark
books that actually have
Eldar
Vect in it, which is
Let's save that.
good though.
I feel like I've said, not even here, just on my own channel. I like doing surface level stuff because it's easy to digest, it's fun to talk about, and no one makes the connection.
That Mister's never read.
I just like talking about the cool stuff.
So
Very fair.
man doesn't watch movies or read books. Like, do you? What media? Is it just games at this point though? They're gonna
Dude,
make
I love
Horus
games.
Heresy
Codex
games.
Lore.
That's why I wish there were more good Warhammer games because I talk about those a lot specifically. I like
Oh,
I
as
don't know,
of,
I like
Oh, sorry.
I just
Go
like
ahead.
I feel more involved because I'm the one doing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Although I don't know.
Which was-
Some, like I said, some I dive into, like Gothic and Felix, Caiaphas Cain. Read all those.
Oh, good. Yeah, all good. To be fair though, as time of recording as well. Space Marine 2. Oh, God,
Delayed.
Yeah.
I knew it. I
Ugh.
freaking called
Yeah.
it,
To
dude.
second half of 2024, which means
Yeah,
July
that's
at the
so far.
earliest.
Let them, as long as it's good. I don't mind.
Yeah,
if they
no, I
delay
mean
it.
at this
For
point,
real.
with all the times this should have happened, delay it.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
sure
say
me and
it.
Eli were saying a while ago before a stream, like, they said fourth quarter of 2023. Like, we're getting pretty thin on this quarter.
Yeah. Seriously.
I mean,
And Dune.
Although-
That and Dune both delayed.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Well,
mind.
that was the
again,
writer's strike. Like,
Yeah, I'm like. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm like gagging for the movie or like the
Yeah,
game.
I'm
To be
just
honest,
looking forward to it.
I do hope.
everyone-
I hope my boys in its Thousand Suns are. But also, there's been some images leaked on about the Thousand Suns being in the game, so that'll be
Really?
cool.
Have you
Hopefully,
seen their new
Tier-
model from Horus Heresy?
yeah. Again, as of recording, there's a new Horus Heresy Thousand Suns model. It's not that good though. Where's it, Colin?
Chad is going off right now. They got some good
Oh
ones.
no.
We got Epic Cool Awesome Goblin Guy Real. He's back. Space Marine 2 is like the ERB tier list. The carrot on his stick.
Yeah.
Angry
Truly.
Homunculus. They want you to play Rogue Trader. I hate CRPGs, so that one's already out.
I'll play it.
Tier list of Marathi's
Oh,
toes.
come on. Oh, my
S,
gosh.
S, all the way across.
One of them's a C tip for no reason.
What else?
Jeez,
Oh.
dude.
No, I hope. Again, as of time recording, there's a new Thousand Suns Horus Heresy specific
it's all right.
model. It's all right. It's
It's not
okay.
as cool as the White Scar one that came out the other week.
Yeah.
It's it's okay. Again, it's a problem. Like I think like because I play Thousand Suns and soon World Eaters, and bro, I need more. I need so many more.
Mhm.
Or at least like give us the option. I think I don't know what edition it was. You might know, Eli, but you could not bring in demons as allies, but actually as like functioning members
Yeah,
into
that
your
was great,
chaos.
like 7th edition. and
That would be so
before.
much cooler. Like if I could use Kabbalistic rituals with
Mhm.
like some demon characters, or
Yep.
I
You
mean,
could, yeah, there was a whole summoning psychic discipline that you could do. It was
That'd be
getting
so much
really
cooler.
OP though, so they took it out.
I
Because
mean,
you could just summon free models to the table. So
but I want to at some point just randomly bring Kairos Fate Weaver to the table, and then
Yeah.
also like a Lord
Nice.
of Change, and then
That'd be
Magnus,
nice.
and then just send
Are
in the
there-
bird flock.
are there even ally rules in 10th edition? Can you do that?
You can bring them in as allies, but they don't get access to your faction rule, which is not. You know, if you're playing
No.
Death Guard, your faction rule is basically you get a sticky objective, and then you
I thought
can
they buffed
basically
Death Guard.
you can spread a debuff through those units. So for Death Guard, as having a insanely crappy faction rule and boring as hell, it's like you can bring in allies, it's fine, but they're not as cheap as like your mainline stuff. But Thousand Suns, if you want to bring in stuff, they always say like bring in Blue Scribes and the Changeling, just like as lone operative characters to basically make sure your opponent's having less fun. And because the Changeling, basically you can stop someone shooting you for a random like time, just basically like just stop them shooting the entire phase, which is
Just like
fun.
the idea of like an Iron Hands army, just like I'm just bringing in a monolith as my ally. Why not? Bonk.
Oh,
What are you doing there?
Mike
CJ.
P58 was it Yeah, 830 says, I guess it's Aaron Dembski Bowden books are really good, but they are weighed down by truly stupid plot lines. I mean, Warhammer is it itself a stupid plot line.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
ADV
they're
is like one of the best writers. As
He's the
well.
guy who wrote for people listening, like First Heretic, Betray, like some, and then
Him
the
and
Night
Adnet are
Lords
like-
Night Lords trilogy. Some of the really like the books people actually go like, oh, that's pretty good. I think a few of the Warhammer YouTubers have said like he's fallen off a bit recently. I feel bad. He still did a good book. Again, like we just want, as much as like I think Colin does say it right. Like, there's so much Horror's Heresy, and there needs to be like a 40k.
There's one more.
No, but there needs like a
Never mind.
40k. Like they tried to do it with what was that series? They're basically wrapping up now. It's Dawn of Fire.
Yeah,
they tried to do
some
some.
Psychic Awakening and some other stuff.
They've
like
tried
that.
to do some stuff with like tying it in as like a full narrative. I guess the real problem with 40k is like they basically are releasing models, so they basically need to like we need to create a storyline so we can release them, like basically make the models. Again, like I wish there was something like that where again it could tie in lots of like the Silent King is here. The
Yeah,
Zarek the dude is here. Why is he not in a fucking novel and in like a huge series?
as
The
someone
Yonari are here.
as
They
someone-
are, the God of the
they
Dead's
were in
here.
a planned trilogy that sucked. So they canceled
As
it.
someone who's just done a month of Necron content, I was like, "Oh, here he comes!" And it was very well. And the amount of people like, "Oh, I hope we get an Imhotep versus Sarek Civil War." It's like, yeah, that'd be great. But there's like 5 books for Necrons, and I've gone through them now.
And they're
It's
all good
also
though.
good.
Yeah,
Well, thank you
they're
also
good.
Crimson Glory. He does
Thank you.
Night Lords
Yeah.
quiz
Correct.
when. That's a good idea. Actually, I'm actually doing Night Lords myself not too long in the future, so I might have some Night Lords
Soon.
info.
I would say
go ahead,
like,
Colin.
the thing, it's because Space Marines and the Imperium are such a large portion of it. That is, and I'll even as much as I'll bitch about it, I completely understand why they make so many books focused around it. It's because the player base for those armies are like a third of the game, like of the player base minimum. Even like not even counting people that have like Imperium army and a Xenos army. It's like Imperium is such a large portion of the game player base that
And with like the Dawn of Fire books, for example, like there's one of them where it's just like here's a custodian and a Mordian guard and a Nate. It's like, oh, we can have all these different factions, but it's like we'll put them all in, and then you get a slice each. But it's just a shame that it's like, oh, do we have any Mordian guard models? No.
Nope.
Oh,
we used to. The GW killed everything that wasn't Cadia.
yeah.
To be fair, that someone said like the Cadia novel that just as in like they actually did a Fall of Cadia novel recently, and people say like that one it's just guard, but apparently said like it's actually like an S tier book. I need to get that one already. But I will say as well, just a recent example of the Fabius Bile versus Belisarius Call novel. That's such a good opportunity to essentially you want to bring in like other factions or characters, like or basically like it's a winning formula of like smashing things together. Like I do want to see like almost like we've done here, like a versus thing. Like where is my Ahriman versus Mephiston? For no lore reason other than it will just absolutely rock my entire world if the most powerful sorcerers or psychers in the entire setting were there. Or even then,
I wanted to
like
see,
I
just want to see a Mechanicus and Iron Hand duo thing. Like, just have the Iron
that's
Hand.
the same thing.
Yeah, but that's why it'd be like complementing. But then you could also have like, what are the differences, and you could have a bit of fun with that. And it's like we've just had that big spindly Mechanicus sniper model, and they're doing the launch. It's like, could we just like put a few Iron Hands in as well?
God, I love that goofy thing. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, he could be the main character. Stiltsmook Tallman.
Someone said Big Peter Dinklage bottom left.
It's Andy.
Oh.
It's Andy's bottom left.
Okay.
That is funny. You want tier list ideas? Warhammer games, Necron characters, Warhammer gods, Minor Xenos, Lorecrime episodes.
Lorecrimes episodes. That's funny.
Dude,
Can you imagine if we're like, yeah, this is all F tier. Like,
yeah, garbage.
I hate it when I talked on screen. I talk too much.
I I would go off on a Warhammer God tier. Like, bro, you fucking
That would be a
not
big
shut me up
argument there.
about Sigmar.
Oh, all gods, like just even fantasy as well.
I mean, I think it should be,
Actually, that's a good idea. To be fair.
especially because in 40k there's not many gods doing stuff compared to
Yeah.
like fantasy where it's a whole pantheon.
That's actually a pretty good idea. If it was all the pantheon as well, you have to do like Tomb King pantheon, Eldar pantheon, or Eldar? Sorry, excuse me, High Elven pantheon. That was a close one there.
The Kadai.
I think just finishing on like the kind of
Nagash sweep.
yes, pretty much.
Hell
He has his
yeah.
own tier, which is like ego tier. I think they just need more things like just smashing. Like again, like there was a slight thing people complained when Ragnar Blackmane randomly fought Gazkul. That's like a bad idea, like example of it.
Yeah.
Just where it's like they have no prior history. But even then, Belisarius Cawl and Fabius Bile having probably never met, but again they're in that same kind of niche.
Yeah,
Is that
That's
book
it
out?
was
Have I been...
yeah, it's out and
Frick, I need to
people
read it.
I think the thing
people
is,
loved
well,
it.
it's always good to have a story where it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend stories. Like I'd love to see like a White Scars teaming up with the Drukhari to face the Necrons
Tyranids
or Tyranids. And it's
something.
like, right, I hate you. Kind of what I was saying with like the Eldar and the Drukhari. It's like, or the Krathwas and the Eldar. If you had them like, well, we have to survive somehow. Team up whoever who would like.
There used to be a lot more of that teaming up stuff. I feel like not so much anymore.
Well, they've only done it since the Psychic Awakening, Fall of Cadia, like isn't it in recent memory? But even that was kind of just. It's so annoying that the Eldar are such a dead thread for now, and I don't think they've got any
they're
ideas.
Humanity's #1 ally. As much as people hate hearing that, it's true. So
I think there's.
How
should do a lot
about we
more.
have a story with like the Imperium and the Eldari just like dunking on squats for fun? Just like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
No,
I'm okay with
no.
that.
give them a
I'm
book.
okay with that.
Oh, the League of
Leave
Votan
the-
got a book.
leave the
That's
leagues
cool.
alone.
And it's just them doing the JoJo meme of them stamping on, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, the Mechanicus begin stamping on the Votan.
Bro, leave the
Jeez.
squats be.
I mean, I even think of just an actual team up that did happen. Is it not the 13th Black Crusade, but the 12th Black Crusade was basically Eldar and Imperium versus Abaddon,
Mhm.
and that's just like a, juicy thread. Like, go for it. I don't. And also,
Or
Tyranids now. Tyranids and Necrons should be like, or someone and Necrons versus Tyranids should be a thing.
Vulcan,
That did
Hastan,
happen,
and
I
Trazyn
think.
looking for the same artifact, and at the end having to fight over the artifact of Vulcan. That'd be a fun story.
I don't think they're on the same power
Didn't that
level.
happen?
Well,
That-
Hastan's bested him twice in combat because he was like, "Can I have your spear?" He's like, "No, fuck," and he beat him off.
And
No,
then
he
he
didn't
gave
beat
him the
off.
spear tip first.
Yeah.
Back
Well,
off.
you could have a story about we found one of the last few artifacts, and Trazyn's like, "Well, I've got pocket dimensions. You could go through that high fleet with your 20 men, or we make an
Give me your
arrangement,
entire collection, and,
yeah,
and I will
or
let
have a
you
third
pass.
party involved. You could have loads of fun with it.
Commander Kostis brings up a good point. They brought back an entire faction with no book.
Yeah,
That it is true. It is truly unbelievable what they did.
I mean, his video recently talking about how much he loves the
Yeah.
faction, but he's like, they released it right at the end of an edition with no lore, and now there are no models, and it's like,
Yeah.
They have
like,
less rules.
Just get
less
Power
flavor.
Miners Lego. Just get Power Miners Lego, and you'll be happy.
Mhm.
Okay.
The Vatan are a third of an army, being
Yeah.
generous.
God, I do. It does. It actually makes me like. There's one. We should probably do a tier list of like things that make us rage. Like, what's the
GW
most
decisions tier
rage-worthy
list.
topics in Warhammer? Because honestly, Leagues of Votan, I would genuinely wipe it from the entire existence
Look,
of
I
GW.
was holding on to this, and I'm going. You know what? You said it earlier. I think Eli, you said it. I think like if it weren't for Deep Rock Galactic, no one would like them. But you know what?
Yeah.
That doesn't matter because we don't live in a world where there's no Deep Rock Galactic. We live in that world. Therefore, the squats
Fair enough.
can have.
Jeez. Yeah.
Ooh, I think was that who's that? Boris Dorif says, "Can Eldar simulate all of them being dead by entering the webway all at once? So the galaxy at large. Oh, so to the galaxy at large, there are no more Eldar, allowing the birth of Ynid. Oh, as in like the fulfillment of the prophecy.
Well, it thing is, it needs their souls to power Ynid up. So them going into the webway would just be like, well, they all left. All right,
what
like
about
they're
That
not
is the-
dead; they're just hiding.
The Yonari lore is that half the faction just wants to like genocide the entire race of Eldar, right? And wake up.
Well,
Unit.
it was like
that
the initial prophecy was like when the Eldar all finally die, all the Infinity Circuits will coalesce Iliad. Then Eldrad tried to speed run it by just getting a bunch of super powerful like souls of warlocks and farseers and whatnot, and bringing them to Goharia. And it would have, it would have just straight up worked. Unfortunately, that would have meant an Eldar W, and so Watch Captain Artemis swooped in with the absolute
Naturally.
galaxy brain
with the
idea.
RKO.
Yeah.
I could imagine even like a story like, what if we travel through the Ghost Wind, which is like the twice dead king thing, where it's where all the flayed ones live in that dimension.
Yeah, it was cool.
Travel through that with the Eldari, so you're cut off. Or because there was a really cool story in the Hammer and Bolter series Interrogator, where, spoilers before anyone wants to watch it, the Inquisitor basically wants to corral so many psychers and harvest. Basically makes a psychic scream which kills all psychers in the galaxy, which then starves chaos completely. But then the character's like, nah, that's a bit mean.
Because you'd kill the Emperor.
Yeah, possibly.
Way.
But it's
Goofy
like,
way.
oh, that was like a really interesting idea. But yeah.
Honestly, Eldar need to be given to someone like one of
likes
the
them.
better. No, one of the better
Phil Kelly.
authors who.
Phil Kelly needs to write Eldar lore again.
He does. He does do good Farsight Tau stuff.
We need
Although-
Cameron Travis from Halo book fame to write some stories for 40k.
Phil Kelly wrote the old
I
Eldar
don't think we need
Codex.
Karen
And,
Travis.
and it was a good codex.
Kilo 5 was good if you ignore the way that it. I like the Kilo 5 trilogy she wrote. I love the Kilo 5 team. I do not like many of the changes Karen Travis has made to Halo lore, such as portraying Oni as being morally correct.
Yeah, that was the whole
Margaret
point.
Paragonsky is a fucking monster, and so is Saren Osman. But they're not addressing it because Karen Travis likes those characters she made. Also, they made Catherine Halsey even worse. Look, I hate her. I've hated her since Reach when she badmouthed Carter. Karen Travis turned her from a bit of a standoffish lady who was aware of the monstrous things she was doing into female scientist Hitler. Basically.
Jeez.
They're actually for putting down rebellions.
So I'm off. They are.
I think I think a lot of these, particularly with who's the author now who basically did like a lot of the like brutal cunning and the orc stuff.
Mike Brooks.
Mike Brooks, he did the Lion novel.
He did the Lion.
Pretty damn good.
Like, huh? Where did he come from?
He's done a few other books that have been pretty good, to be fair. Like someone just needs to be given the Eldar and let them cook. Just let them cook with it.
Give someone the Eldar, give someone the Votann, give someone the Necrons, give someone Gene Stealers, I guess. Like they've already had a good book recently, but where do you go now is tricky.
It does. I was just gonna say one last bit. Like it reminds me of like how in like so many different like universes. The thing that really separates a lot of things is kind of the actual world building around it. Obviously, good story, but then the world building stuff. The Eldar, you have everything you need because like, the world building has been done from you. You just need to let it fly, and I think someone needs to be given a chance, basically.
Insulin tier list.
Isn't it all the same?
Dude, fucking Lantis scrubs. Just get an insulin pump. I don't mean that. People have the insulin they have for a reason. I would say there's a short story I think called "What It's Like" by ABD or ADB. I fucked it up.
Aaron Densky Bowden.
ADB, yeah. It's just called like "What It's Like," and it's just like this overview of what it's like to be just a random chaos warband in the Eye of Terror. It's like maybe you make an alliance, maybe you don't. Maybe the alliance lasts 5 minutes. Maybe it lasts 500 years. Maybe you betray. Maybe you land on your home base and some like Eldar ghost god, because the Eye of Terror is their old homeworlds, murdered everyone while you were gone. You're like, it's also that problem with like even with Space Marine stuff. It's always the Primogenitor chapters that get all the treatment. There's so many fun ideas you could have. Like I've just been working on like my Blood Angel stuff for next month, and like the Angels in Carmine, they just like they don't stop going to war. And their whole thing is they never replenish because they're like, we just keep going to war. It's like, well, that's a fun idea you could do a story about, but they're not Blood Angels. It's like, so who cares?
And they're not.
Hey,
if you could,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, you first.
No, we have an Eldar lost tier list.
Oh,
As in all the
They-
all the losses.
Yeah, every time
Oh,
they've
wow.
lost, an
So you want an Eldar
lost
lore tier
list
list.
win.
But
Ooh, I
no,
think-
like, I think like a whole
Good, yeah.
book about that ADDB concept, like that little short story made, because you can include, make it about a Chaos Warband. You can kind of give every faction their like due, like, because since you could set it like before the Great Rift, be like, hey, this is what it was like for 10,000 years. You can give obviously a generic Chaos Space Marine Warband at some time to shine, where it's like, this is what it's like for the people who aren't the big boys fighting their
you could do a
10,000
story
year long
about like the
grudge.
labor serfs observing a chaos warband. That'd be fun. Like, oh, here's a
Yeah,
guy
like-
who's like vulnerable and has like no stakes other than I have to like polish his like sword with eyes on it or he'll gut me. It's like, oh, that's a fun premise, and maybe he
Yeah,
tries to
that way-
escape.
Is
and
this like a story from the view of who's Kane's sidekick again? The Podrick facey fellow. He's the guy who's just the blank for Kane, and he smells
Jurgen?
really bad. Jurgen. So my
Yeah.
brain slipped. Basically, it's like a book from Jurgen's point of view.
we got
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Yeah,
tell
like
big.
it'd be cool. Like I don't know. I keep coming back. Like I don't know that short story. I like these because like you can have some Imperial crusade they've decided needs to go to the Eye of Terror. You can be like, all right, what's it like for the people who aren't fighting this 10,000
Yeah.
year long grudge
Mm.
match? Like just like why is this? Why do we have to deal with this? You can have
Yeah.
like,
The
give
Twice
the
Dead King
Eldar
books
some-
did an okay job at that.
I think we got another Crimson
got-
Glory
yes,
the
again.
Eldar
Thank you, sir.
glory.
Rage-inducing quote: "World Eaters are just unga bunga units." I mean, they are just, but unga bunga is fun. Yes.
Listen,
I
I've,
agree.
I agree in Total War Warhammer because it's an RTS and I can move my stuff around in real time, not tabletop where I go, oh, I made a slight mistake positioning and now my entire army's cut in half. Thank you, very cool.
yeah.
I do enjoy them from a tabletop perspective. Although it's the problem with
Mm.
Khorne lore is like as soon as they fall to Khorne's like corruption, it's basically like character development dies and there's no
Well,
struggle.
That's the
Even with
biggest
that,
problem
that's
with
why you-
chaos.
could you imagine like a fun story about like a labor serf in a world eater like vessel, and the whole story is about him trying again and again to escape and then having it thwarted and then trying not to be butchered by the world eaters while also observing them fight. That'd be really fun just to
Yeah,
have like
that's what
the world eaters are not the proximal link to a narrative, but they are present throughout the whole thing, so you still get to see
Yeah.
them a lot.
that's why even when they fall, you can have fun stories like still about like Khorne and whatnot. It's
Yes,
just
you could have a
Mm.
character
have it
who
about
like
this-
treats the serf with honor, but he's also like ripping people's spleens out. You're like, that guy's not a good guy, but he has this quality, like the Night Lords thing. Like, oh, they have interesting dichotomies and qualities, and you could go through that. But we need to start writing Warhammer books. That's all it is.
Yeah.
just more
Like
more
Colin
stuff
can write the
where it's-
Eldar stuff. Eli can write some of the Chaos stuff. Hal can write his beloved Thousand Suns and Iron Hand stuff, and I'll write about
They're all right.
an
They're
Agri
fine as they
World
are.
wine taster who gets captured by the Emperor's children. It'll be good fun.
If I was to write something for Warhammer, though, I think I'd just go for a new faction. To be honest,
Mm.
like I'd
You can do
I'd
Votan
honestly
then.
no, but I would I'd honestly do something which is essentially meant to be a mirror of something unrepresented in Warhammer. Which I'd love if there was some like Lovecraftian god things, but then like the faction they controlled basically didn't realize it, and it's one of those things like, oh, only like a very few of people amount like oh, we're actually fighting for like weird gods. Whereas like chaos, like they know they're fighting for chaos. I'd have a thing where it's like we're fighting for a pantheon, but we didn't really work that out until we got to the upper levels. It's like kind of like a Scientology thing. Where they go like, and then they go like,
there'd
well,
be
this is
room,
weird.
There'd be room in like Warhammer Crime or even horror to do those kind of stories where like, oh, I thought I was following the Chaos Gods. Turns out, it's something worse.
There's a weird thing, and I wish it was utilized in some version in Warhammer, which is it's in the King in Yellow book, which is when someone's infected by the King in Yellow Hasta, his madness. They like there's a one scene in one of the stories where the guy puts on like a cape and a crown. And he looks in the mirror and he looks amazing and glorious, but then everyone else sees him wearing like a tinfoil hat and like a crappy rug. So basically, like, there's a sort of thing where like the people who are in the faction, they perceive themselves to be like essentially like perfect Emperor's Children style warriors, but then everyone else is like that guy's literally wearing garbage, and
So
because he's
basically, gene stealer cults.
kind of in a
don't you think?
way. but more like it messes with their perception
like
rather
the-
than their ideology.
Sounds
Well,
like
did
the
you mean?
flesh eater courts.
Yeah,
Could
man. If I played Age of
yeah.
Sigmar, I would be buying
Yeah, if we
flesh
Just
eaters.
buy Usharan. Just start with Usharan. That model is so
But
cool.
I'm not gonna play Age of Sigmar.
if only the
Old
Age of
World's coming
Sigmar
out
lore was
soon.
cooking.
I must
I
admit
just
that whole like weird
Sorry,
perception
Old
thing
World
just
soon.
really strongly reminds me of Bioshock 2, where you play as a little sister for a bit, and like the pools of blood are like bunches of roses, and all the corpses are angels, and they've got wings, and
Yeah,
and then it's
or
like
the
fire,
pyro,
Yeah.
from,
like
pyro
the-
from TF2.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, or yeah, pyro, yeah, exactly, with the babies with the big
Mhm.
lollipops and everybody's burning.
I just
down.
love something where like
Beautiful.
someone is like there's a version of kind of utter madness. Not as in like chaos Zinchian one where it's like you turn into something, the madness is in the mind rather than
Mhm.
a physical
Yeah.
like Gene Stealers kind of do it well, where like particularly in like I think it's A Day of Ascension, isn't it? Where like at the end they're like, oh my god, it's so beautiful, and then everyone there is like, oh my god, it's not, because
or you could have a world eater who every time he does like a load of butchery, he like remembers some of his past glories, and then eventually it starts to go into a frenzy, and then all of a sudden you wake up on another day and he's somewhere else, and you could have like a fun story like that.
do you know what I
Mhm.
thought would be like the only way I'd actually have something particularly like for Khan the Betrayer? I think there should be a story where he like basically he's given the option to save the soul / rebirth or like bring back to life Argyle Tal, and that's the sort of thing which like
That'd be
pulls him
nice.
closer to his humanity, and
Why
he has to
don't they
basically
just,
fight
Give him a
Erebus.
character.
Why
No,
don't
like
they-
we'll give him and let him fight Erebus again, like straight up, just let him battle Erebus. But then in the end, he kind of fails, and then that's again like the raid, or in a way, he gets so close to actually bringing back Argyle Tal, like his soul, whatever. But then his rage is the actual thing that ruins it in
For
the
some
end.
reason, my mind went instantly to like Sinch going, I can bring him back, but the deal is you can't kill anyone for a full day, and it's the whole day of him just
Yeah,
going,
not
"Ugh,"
even,
and
like,
like
a
him
long
getting
amount
more,
of time.
like having like withdrawal of like killing someone. Just that would be the gimmick.
It's like the
Thank you again,
Orpheus, is
Crimson,
it? The
Crimson
Greek-
Glory. Thank you again.
Thank you, big angry smash god. Make monkey.
Thank you,
brain.
someone saying Tom Warren saying that Age of Sigmar big turtle got me is really tempting,
Yes.
and
It's
Django
so
for saying
cool.
you have that
Oh, man.
Innsmouth look.
That's
The
an
Innsmouth
old one.
stare.
I
I
think.
want.
Go sorry, go.
I said just the last thing. I want a day in the life of Kamara and the same like
That'd be
comedic
nice.
levels of Caiaphas Kane. It just follows
Hi
like
there.
a Dark Elder.
You're probably
Cavalite.
wondering how I got here.
Yeah,
Hop in camera.
it's like just walking down like avoid the the hellions trying to stab you. Go down to
Mhm.
the
skin.
Labor Surf Guide to
skin rip
surviving
alley.
Whoopsie,
Comrade.
fell over on the wailing human carpet again.
Yeah. Just something like that where you bring back the goofy levels of such horror that it wraps around to be like this is funny.
Mhm.
Someone said something like I'm Harry Ballantyne. I'm half read that comment there, but he just said like a world eater. And I just thought immediately it's like a world eater blacks out, and then he wakes up like you're finally awake.
You're
And then
finally
just
awake.
sort of-
Yeah.
it's just Skyrim meme.
Before we end,
you good?
one last announcement, completely unrelated to anything. I brought it up earlier. Empire at War has had an update. That almost 20-year-old game has had an
Wow.
update. It's now on a
That's crazy.
64-bit engine, so you can run it with any amount of mods without it exploding on you.
Nice.
Wow.
That's
For the
Win.
Republic brothers, get playing.
For the
Good
Republic.
news.
Win.
Shout out to hopefully Mountain Blade Bannerlord for more mods.
Mhm.
I need to play that game again, but I
want
need
that old
mods.
world mod to fucking release.
I want
Come
Old
on.
World to release, bro.
Yes.
fuck the mod.
Fuck the mod. But shout out to everyone who mods that game because that can truly be S tier, hopefully one day.
Mhm.
With that being said, though, go boys, I think that's the end of the stream. Thank you everyone for listening and playing along, listening along and
I will not make my bed.
contributing. Thank you guys so much for the donations as well. Again,
Thank you so much.
thank you so
everybody.
much.
Thank
It's
you.
really, we really appreciate it.
You keep our lights
Uh,
on.
Very much so. Someone says, "What game is that?" Shame on you, Empire.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Harry,
the
bro,
best
I,
Star
I
Wars
Harry, I
strategy, bro.
recommended the Skyrim. I recommended that tier list today, and it didn't go.
Yeah, honestly,
next
we could-
time,
yeah,
next
next
time.
time, next time. Or Skyrim companions. Shout out to
Lydia's
Serana.
here.
Thank you guys so much.
Course,
Yeah, and thank you so
very
much for listening. I think next time for tier list. Again, we'll take some of your suggestions into account, and I think what's the next iceberg effect? I think we're
It's
doing.
Necron's Lords,
Or
right?
is it
And
Necrons?
after,
Or
like
we
2 months
might.
of delaying it.
I think we might have already teased up a little bit of Godric and Felix. We'll let
It's
everyone know
over.
what we
It's over, Necron bros.
yeah. We'll let everyone know what we pick though. But again, another one podcast coming, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you guys so much for listening, and